Welcome to the 68th episode of the Triple Takeover Toycast, a fortnightly podcast all about Transformers and occasionally other vintage toy lines as well. My name is Sixo, but more on that later, because as ever, I'm joined by my frankly delicious co-hosts. First up, we've got the man himself, the cheeky chappy from the north. It's Liam from Toybox Soapbox.
What ho? We're going to correct that from the Midlands.
True.
Midlands.
And I'm getting it wrong myself as a fellow Midlander. Can't believe I said. I'm so used to Maz saying the North as anything more north than the M25 that I got it a bit wrong myself.
It's amazing considering he lives near the bloody North Pole as well, doesn't he?
Right, I know, exactly. He's gone to the proper frozen North now.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
You won't let that go.
Indeed, yeah. And, you know, at the end of the last episode, we were talking about how this podcast might get a rename of Triple Jace-over. And
yes, please. No, actually, no.
Yeah, well, we could do. You never know. We also suggested, I think, Jason and the Argonauts.
That's it.
Jason and the Wheeled Warriors. Yeah, any of these.
Yep.
All good.
Yep. Hello, gents. Good to see you both.
Jason and the Micronauts? I'm trying to think of Transformers adjacent properties.
Adjacent again. That's the one.
Jason and the Dionauts.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that one as well. Yeah. Jace does go quite well.
Anyway, it is Jason of Jason.
Jason of
You're going to be of something on this podcast.
jswags.com.
I'm just jswags.com. I've still not decided if I'm going to be jasonwagner.co.uk or jswags.com. I'm leaning this week to jswags.com.
Right.
You know what? Either will get you to the same interview.
I was going to say,
which everyone's been
URLs.
screenshotting, which is lovely.
How is the website?
Slowly not happening, but my plan is, letting all the listeners know there will be a website at some point that will make it easy to find all my stuff and my growing collection. Yeah,
it leads to your Tea of Source collector interview at the moment.
It does,
doesn't it?
Yeah, which has been really a nice way for people to just kind of see what I've got and then kind of comment and come back. So that's been quite nice, actually.
Yeah, it's been great. So I particularly enjoyed the picture of your Supreme Cheetor.
Yeah, so that's funny because then I went and checked on it the other day and he's not there anymore because I got a bunch of Masterpiece Jets. So I think he might be in my son's toy box. That's where Cheetor ended up. Yeah,
either that or he's in the walls.
Yeah. Did you guys see that tweet? I don't know who did it, but I think it's when you posted yours, Sixo. The hanging from the ceiling.
Oh God, that was terrifying.
Terrifying. Yeah, I know.
Absolutely terrifying.
Oh, yes. Well, the two of them.
Yeah,
totally. It's like that. It's like that cover of the comic, wasn't it, with all the Autobots hanging upside down?
Yeah,
but
it was. It was
worse.
like something out of a horror film, honestly.
Yeah.
Just nightmarish stuff indeed. I'm actually looking at that damn thing right now.
It's not the most terrifying toy ever made. It's horrifying. There's a face, the teeth, the bloody teeth.
And he does the cackle. He does it like a Skeletor, Liam.
He makes sounds as well. Did we talk about this when we?
Does it have sounds?
When we just laughed at the same photo?
No, I don't think he does have sounds. It just got light up features.
Yeah, it is a light up on his.
Are you thinking of another giant cat transformer?
Yeah, it's my real cat. It's my actual cat. That's the one.
It's your actual cat.
Yeah.
This is the noise she makes when I've just pressed her on the back of the head.
Yeah, exactly. But she doesn't light up. There's something wrong.
Well, this is all relatively on topic, actually, because we are actually gathered here tonight for a Beast Wars episode, which I am pretty chuffed about, because it has been a bit of a theme of this podcast up until now that Beast episodes have been few and far between, but they always equal some of our best content, I think, actually. Is that fair to say, Liam?
Funniest, most humorous.
Right.
Go that far.
It's probably because you bring the energy. That's what it is, Sixo. So
exactly.
You're bringing that energy in, taking us on a journey.
He's in a beast.
Beast is best, as they say. Yeah. Beast is best.
Best Wars.
The best beast.
The best beast. Yeah, beast, best. It's all the same thing, isn't it? So yeah, we are going to get into it tonight with Beast Wars 2nd, not Beast Wars. Did anybody think it was called Beast Wars 2?
No.
I did, actually, yeah.
Did you?
I thought it was called Bears 2 earlier, but according to our chat.
Did I have a typo? I wondered what you were on about.
No, I had a typo. I just typed really fast and then didn't come back till later. And then I saw you'd written Bears and I was confused. Like, what do you mean? And then I looked up and went, I've written Bears 2.
Oh, yeah. I wondered what you were on about. I was like, what? Bears?
There's probably bears in it, Liam, that's all.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There are some bears.
Beast Wars?
Not in Beast Wars 2nd. So yes, it's called Beast Wars 2nd. And actually, I did notice that apparently on the recent Hasbro Pulse, on the one that Few went to do, the big event, apparently, because they launched it. The big show, yes, indeed.
The WrestleMania of toys.
It really is, isn't it? Few tweeted out later that he had to inform the Hasbro guys that it's Beast Wars 2nd, not Beast Wars 2, because I think they were about to make an announcement about a new toy that would have caused a few comments, I think, from diehards in the commentaries.
Schoolboy era. They don't realize how many people have read the TF wiki.
Well, this is it, exactly. So, I mean, that's all we've done for tonight, really. But no, joking aside, there is a bit of TF wikiing going on. Yeah. Well, so the setup is that you guys don't know this line at all. Is that fair to say?
I know some of it.
So
it'll come to me once we see pictures.
Yeah, I know very little about all the Beast-related lines and stuff like that.
Follow-up question. Have either of you seen the cartoon?
Yes.
I've tried. I've tried watching it, and it is bad. It's so bad. It's impossible to watch. It's worse than the Headmasters. It's worse than Unicron trilogy. Like when people say those are terrible,
do you think?
I'm like, there's some subjectiveness. I get some kids grew up with Energon and all these things, and there's some bits. This is hard. Like
it's a weird watch. Yeah,
it is bad.
I think it's one of those funny things where I think when you have not seen some of the Japanese animation. Transformers animation, you sort of have in your mind that it's all going to be super serious, like giant robot stuff, that it's kind of got this weight to it or whatever. And then when you actually see it, and particularly some of the Beast Wars stuff, it's like absolute farce. It's sort of comedy hour, isn't it? It's they really play it up for laughs. 10. Yeah, right, exactly. And this is the sort of peak of that, if anything. I mean, even like characters like Lio Convoy. And what have you, it's really like played for laughs, a lot of it.
I'm the same as Liam. I didn't actually get through it all.
Right.
So I just kind of saw bits, if I'm honest.
It's terrible. Yeah. It's hard. It's so hard. Like it's one of them. The amount of times I put it on, it's like, I like the animation. I watch a lot of anime, so I'm well versed in these things. And then I'll try and I'll be like, oh my God, it's just slow and really boring and confusing.
Yeah, I think it's the confusing part of it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of this is fair commentary.
Where is it set?
It's set on a planet. I knew you were going to ask me. I think it's Gaia. Is it?
I actually meant sort of in terms of time period.
Oh, I see. No, it's set in the far-flung future.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So actually, funnily enough, Optimus Primal or Beast Convoy, as he's known in the Japanese animation, actually does turn up at one point in the sort of little mini movie. Yeah, it's Planet Gaia. I was just looking it up. He does turn up in the little mini movie. That happens later on and partners up with Lio Convoy. There's a whole thing there, but he kind of comes forward in time to do that. So, and he's at this point this kind of legendary general, if you will, like Beast General, and all the young Maximals in Beast Wars 2nd are like, oh, it's him, oh my God. So it's it's kind of a weird continuity and everything, but it should be said that the focus tonight is purely on the toys. So that's where we're going to put the focus. And the aim of this is to rattle through the toy line and kind of introduce you guys to it a little bit. And we've done this previously, with Beast Wars. First, we did a big Beast Wars bumper episode and Beast Machines. And we've done it with various little mini-sodes and things as well, just kind of going through. And we did like a mini-sode on Fusors and we had a look at that to much delight. Checking out the old Fusors there. So that's really the aim of this episode. And we're going to do half of the toy line tonight because when I was putting this together, it became quickly apparent that if we were going to do the whole thing, it's a whole year of toys. It's 1998 is the year. But there's quite a few of them. And it just felt like it was going to get, nothing was going to get done justice, basically. So we're going to do the Maximals tonight. And we will come back and do the bad guys another time. How does that sound?
I was going to say, they're the goodies. I know that much. So we're all good. Yeah.
Okay, I see the level that we're pitching at now, right?
Yeah, I jest, of course.
Yeah, okay. Maybe.
Probably still ahead of Maz in terms of beast knowledge.
Maybe. Beast knowledge,
Is that a good thing? I don't know if that's a good thing.
We'll have to see, Jason, if you summon your inner beast halfway through this episode or not. So.
Yep,
it's going to be really wild.
Good God, it started
really wild
already.
Show. That's what this is.
Yeah.
When they do a Terry Nutkins Beast Wars Transformer, I'm in.
Noted. But before we get to all of that, we should mention that we have a sponsor for the evening, and that is tfsource.com. So do check them out for all your Transformers and third-party needs.
Always.
And we also have a bit of a Patreon as well. And we'll do a bit more on Patreon at the end of the episode. But the main thing is that if you want more content like this, go and check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/Triple Takeover. There are 5 glorious tiers, loads of good stuff on there. You get everything from being able to get early access to brand new episodes like this one, but like up to or over a week early in some cases. Then you get in a beast level and above, you get access to our Discord server, which is really the place to be on the internet. I just wanted to give a big shout out at this point to our one and only patron, Dog Lunch UK.
Absolutely.
He's not a one and only patron. We've got more patrons.
I meant the one and only Dog Lunch UK is what I meant. So
who happens to be a patron.
Yes, who happens to be a patron, indeed.
One of many.
One of many, certainly one of the best named patrons, no?
Totally.
Dog Lunch UK.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's one of my favourites.
Yeah,
he's
it's
a good
pretty
dude.
amazing. He is
that
a good
thread
dude.
is amazing.
Putting together that Marvel UK Transformers thread, amazing. Yeah, it's great.
Right.
Still going strong.
So he's started basically doing like a book club thing where he posts every week, every Saturday morning, scans of new comic from the old Marvel UK and US storylines back from the early 80s. And we're reading them, aren't we? So we're going through the sort of first couple of issues so far, and it's been really good. I think the conversation is jumping. There's some people in there that know this comic like the back of their hand. There are other people that are reading it for the first time, and it's been very lively and spirited. And I think, even someone like myself, I think I know that comic pretty well. And there's been loads that I've discovered already. It's been brilliant.
Same. Totally. It's also jumped into other channels as well. Like there was a chat earlier about the turn-to-page adventure books going on and stuff like that within one of the channels. No, it's really good.
Can we start one on the Ladybird books, please?
Yeah, if you want to.
I briefly mentioned those earlier to try and skew the conversation, but I think I need to go and get them from my collection and then just start posting them on there, Liam. So
we should do that because I've got nearly all of them still, and I think the tapes are on YouTube.
Oh, are they? Because that's what I don't have anymore. Not that I could play them.
You can turn the page now.
Okay, there we go. That's a whole mini-sode or just reading those.
I think it should be. Yeah, it should be. Exactly. I love those books. You know what they say, Liam? If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, do you know what else they say? If you buy it, they will also come. Something like.
Do they?
Yeah. Well,
if you pay for it, they'll also come. Yeah, I see where you go.
But beyond that, there are more levels on our Patreon as well, so you can actually get access to plenty of exclusive content as well. If you go for Sixo's Butler level, then you get fortnightly mini-sodes, which you can commission on a range of topics as well. And then there is our Gold Box Classics tier, where you get access to another set of fortnightly content, which is our ongoing mini-series. And we've just last episode launched our new mini-series on Skybound, Transformers and Void Rivals, their Energon universe, and that's going to be an ongoing topic. We're still doing our More Than Meets the Eye IDW mini-series. We've got regular ongoing series Tapman, where Liam rifles through his toy box and sees
that's the name of it,
what's cooking. That is the official name, yeah.
That's what we're calling it.
Yeah,
done.
Absolutely.
I can never remember what its actual name is.
Well, I think it was Liam's vintage soapbox, wasn't it? Or something like that. But,
yes, that sounds very familiar. But I think we all just call it Tapman, don't we?
Tapman's toy box, yeah, indeed. And then we will have something a little Jason flavoured going on as well in the very near future.
Indeed.
So do check out all of that and more at patreon.com/Triple Takeover.
Yes, and if you want even more Triple Takeover, you can head over to rebel.com/people/Triple Takeover/explore, where you can buy t-shirts, coasters, them cup things I always talk about because I can't remember what else you get. Tea towels? Have we got tea towels yet? We've got towels.
No tea towels. I don't believe so. No,
Two different types.
What about actual towels?
No, you can get a shower curtain. You can get a Triple Takeover shower curtain.
Oh.
Right. Well, that's Christmas sorted, isn't it? Basically,
yeah, it
for
is.
everybody.
I did have a couple of messages, and one was just a quick suggestion. So
was it?
This was from Bev from Beverly Hills, over in the United States. Oof. Oh, I wonder if she ever bumped into Axel Foley over there. He's always around there, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Beverly Hills Cop, for example. But yeah, what she asked, she was looking at the merch, and she was going, guys, I'd like to buy a Triple Takeover cup, but can I get one with cup on a cup? I was like, I'll have to hand that over to Sixo. He's our resident merch guy.
Good God.
Do we have any cup?
You could make a little... That green that he is, that very specific green, you could make a cup just that colour, couldn't you?
You could.
With the handles yellowing. It'll go in the kind of horrible green.
Exactly. Yeah. A bit of recoil on the handle, maybe.
Or just put a cup emoji on a cup. There you go. Really
that would
subtle.
work. Yeah. That would work. I'm into that. There's something there. We can work on that.
Say like I knew this cup had potential or something like that.
There you go.
See, Liam, you can't be giving away these great ideas on the pod before we've actually made them, because now we're on a deadline to get that done before the episode goes live, because someone else will do it otherwise.
Well, we put it on socials for a vote if people want it. That's what we do.
If you build it, they will come,
That's true.
There'll be at least 2 people want that. Me and you.
Yeah, me.
I want it, yeah.
3, there we go.
3, yeah, brilliant. Mark it.
We could do you a blur one, Liam, if you want.
Oof, you know how much I love that guy.
I think we're all aware, yeah.
Your fave.
These things are already going very blurry here,
So where can you get all this wonderful merch?
I've already dropped the link in because I remember it now. It's
Have you? Did I miss it?
Yeah,
did he go
Did
that
actually
quick?
do it right.
Did he do
it?
it?
He got it. Yeah, that's the reason you didn't notice.
Nailed it.
No.
Fluid motion as well, straight into the segment.
I'm so used to it taking like a good, 3 or 4 minutes that I just sort of assumed that I wouldn't miss it. But
he's off the cough mixture now. That's why. So.
Yeah. But did I tell you at work they were worried about me because I was drinking cough medicine out of a bottle? They sent me home. They were concerned by the sheer volume of it because I got through 3/4 of a bottle, but they kept. I was just feeling a bit drowsy. But yes, just for Sixo's benefit, if you would wish to go and buy any of our marvelous wares, head over to rebel.com/people/Triple Takeover/explore. Wait, no, that's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
Explore.
Amazing. Yeah, that was
amazing. Absolutely amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
We almost sound like professionals.
You did it perfectly the first time. You were just.
I know. It's when I have to think about it.
Beast Wars Second ライオンコンボイ変身ガルバトロントランスフォーム驚異の三段変形史上最大の対決だタカラトランスフォーマー Beast Wars.
So Beast Wars Second then. This is, for me, a really interesting line. This is where Takara start going a little bit separate to Hasbro Kenner at the time and kind of doing their own thing, branching off a little bit. They had done some of that with the original sort of Beast Wars lineup, if you like, where they had some of their own exclusive toys. Some of the decos were different, things like this. But it's with Beast Wars Second that things go absolutely sideways, and they have their own continuity and a lot of their own molds as well. And it really is just a completely separate toy line. I've got a lot of fond memories of this because as much as I was enjoying the Kenner toys at the time, I remember I had a friend who was importing a lot of these, back in 1998, which to me at the time, I mean, I was only like 16, so that was like, what? You got this from Japan? It was like an incredible thing. I don't know, were either of you like importing toys around that sort of age, or is that just me that thought that was like a big deal?
No, not at all. It was
No.
Yeah. So I actually didn't know that these were. So were they import only then?
Yeah.
All of it.
You could,
yeah. Right. Wow.
Takara exclusives, the whole lot.
And they're not just repaints, are they? They are whole new molds, and this is what's quite exciting because like now we're so conditioned to it being like a toy from abroad. Now it would just be like different colours or maybe a slight remold. But there's whole new toys, aren't they? There's a whole completely different.
Yeah, so of this lot tonight, there are some new molds in Beast Wars Second. There are a lot more new molds in Beast Wars Neo, which is the follow-up. This is the next year, 99. But there are definitely some. I mean, like, especially the leaders in this, Liar Convoy, Galvatron are new molds. There are also some old molds brought back in this as well, which is really quite weird to see. And the toys that are, Kenner molds as well, or shared molds, they're given quite an extensive makeover in a lot of cases, which is quite interesting. It's a really diverse toy line. Some of it's quite cartoon accurate, and some of it is just like, let's just throw this in, because why not? And there's a couple of bits especially that if you've not seen them before, I think are really quite special.
Nice. Yeah. Toy designers having fun.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you
Setting
can
a high bar now for this episode, dude.
right. There is definitely some good stuff in here. So,
Been here
Liam,
before.
well, I was going to say you're a bit of a beast convert these days. No, you're absolutely loving your Beast Wars.
What? Where's that come from?
I just assume by now you've seen enough of it that you must be.
I don't mind Beast Wars. I quite like some of the toys, at least one or two. That pterodactyl guy, he was cool. The polar bear,
Pterosaur.
Pterosaur, polar claw, good times.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Rock Hopper, is that one?
What?
I
Rock
don't know, I thought
Hopper?
that was
What?
Is that not
Rock
one of the
Hopper?
Takara ones?
Oh, yeah. The crab.
Yeah.
Is that
I
who
had
you're on
that guy.
about? Right. Yeah.
I used to have
Okay,
that
cool,
guy.
cool. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
See, I know beast stuff.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But I've got quite a few of them in Kingdom form now.
I was going. Yeah. Well, they're obviously undergoing a bit of a renaissance, and I think with Legacy now kind of mining the depths of Beast Wars Second a little bit more. There's one character tonight, other than Lio Convoy or Leo Prime as he's now known, and there's one character tonight that you'll see has just been done in Legacy. So it's a sort of interesting time, I guess. Right, shall we kick off and get into it?
Yeah, let's have a little look. Sounds good.
Okay, so as I say, we're going to do the Maximals tonight, or Cybertrons, as they're known, of course, in Japan. Liam, Japan. There you go.
Can we just go back to everything as like Street Fighter voices?
We can try.
Can I just check then? These toys were definitely not released in USA.
Some of them were, yes. Some of them were, but I will attempt to explain it as we go.
I wonder if they made the journey through Asia to Thailand.
Good God. Moving swiftly on.
Right, geography is from the Street Fighter map.
I know, right? I know.
It's too good. Yeah.
I'm gonna do this in number order. So the big difference here with like the Kenner line is that in Kenner it was all done in size classes, and it was really the first time in Transformers that things had size classes because everything was like a basic, deluxe, mega, ultra, and then obviously the names changed for the size classes over the years. Whereas Takara didn't really do that. They were just like, here's wave 1, here's wave 2. And then everything had a number. So it's like C12, C13, etc., so on and so forth. So we're going to start with C12 because C11 and before is the previous year, just Beast Wars. Okay. So we'll kick off from there. So C12 is this guy. Anybody recognize this?
Yes, I recognize him from his original release. Can I remember his name?
Okay.
I was going to say, I happened to be looking in the wrong part of Discord, and I was like, why did he put a picture of Starscream? And I'm like, it's because I'm looking at the photography thread.
Spoilers.
It's this guy. Is it Baboom?
Baboom, yeah, well done.
Good.
There you go. It's a good bit of knowledge.
You'll find I'm full of surprises.
It's a good. I have to say the names are fun. They're good.
Yeah,
Baboom.
Really fun. Yeah. Baboom. It's Baboom, yeah. So this is, he's actually called Apache in Beast Wars Second. That's his Takara name. But yeah, it appeared in both toy lines. A couple of small differences. Apparently the blue is slightly different on the Takara release, but essentially it's the same toy. So of course he's a mandrill, as you can see there in the middle. Mandrill. Right?
Is he a magician?
Brilliant. Yeah. I walked into that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
Master of night, master of illusion.
Can I just say right off the bat, this looks amazing.
It does.
It's a great toy.
Yeah.
I love this guy. He's a triple changeover or a quad changer. It's got some kind of tank thing. It reminds me of, remember that Punisher, the transforming Punisher gun you always see the pictures of, and people go, ha, look, the Punisher. Because of where the gun placement is.
Because the gun placement is a bit rude,
Yeah, the barrel placement. This is cool, man. Like, it kind of reminds me of that with the gun modes, but look at it. It's a little detail, like the little rockets on the chest. And
there's so
colours,
much
that blue is lovely with the gold.
Yeah. So I had this toy as a kid. Well, I would say as a kid. As a 16-year-old, I suppose. I had it at the time. And it's a great toy. I actually don't own it now, and it's one that I would love to get again at some point. But it's really, really cool. So he is a triple changer of swords. I do want to say before we forget that all of these pictures are on TF Wiki. So if you are wanting to play along at home and you're wondering where to find the pictures, you can literally go to the Beast Wars second Japanese toy line page on TIFF Wiki. Find all the pictures there as you go. But
it makes me download them all and post them in the chat threads. But here he's giving you guys links.
Well, I have downloaded. I'm posting them for you, but our Patreons do get them on Discord as well. We do post them all for them on Discord.
Special benefit.
Just another little perk.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy, Mandrill. Third mode is a weird one. Have you noticed anything about the third mode that's particularly noteworthy?
So the one at the bottom right,
his head is.
Yeah,
he's got a little head. Yeah.
What is that? Because I can't zoom in far enough, but
it's like an alien.
It is like an alien
coming out of his crotch.
Yeah.
Basically, it's so weird. I remember at the time being like, "What is this?" It's just it's like a little alien head. It's got teeth and like a little angry expression.
It looks like a chest burster.
It really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
It reminds me of. I'm going to recant my previous statement that this looks cool because now I feel quite ill thinking of this small alien head in his crotch. It's giving me RoboCop 2 vibes of gross.
Yeah, it's kind of, you can actually see it behind his regular robot mode head. You're just sort of sticking out of his backpack there. Yeah, so that's where it sits.
So it's got a gimmick though. It's projectile, so it's that spring-loaded gun going on.
Oh yeah, it's got numerous gimmicks. So actually, in beast mode, this has got such a cool gimmick. So if you tug on his ear in beast mode, his mouth pops open, and you can see in the little picture there that the gun comes out of his mouth.
Cool.
And then you can fire missiles. You can see there's a little slider in his back. And if you push that, then the missiles fire out. So it's pretty cool.
So that's the same gun coming out of his mouth that you can see at the top right in the gun mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And the same gun that he holds in his hand.
Running right down his back.
There's a lot of things coming out of things here.
Yeah, there is.
That's true.
The gun is cool because it's not only like the missile gun, like the missile turret cannon thing, but it's also his handheld gun that can then store behind his head with the missiles. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool. I tell you what, I do like seeing that weird, that kind of weird alien mode that he's got there. He's got like a missile kind of embankment. Is that the right word? Piled on the left on his shoulders, where it's kind of like split his body in half to have these missile pods.
In his robot mode, he's got nipple rockets.
Oh, there you go. There they are. Does. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they pop down.
Nipiles. That's what they're called. Nipiles.
Merch.
Missile nips.
I hadn't realised because I just sort of assumed that this was like an intended feature of the toy, but according to the wiki, this is an actual thing that they kind of retroactively did on the toy as a result of the cartoon. As in, he does it in the Beast Wars second cartoon, and they were like, "Oh, let's throw that in." But it kind of seems like an obvious thing for the toy to do anyway. I don't know.
So, as in turn into that mode, or have the
missiles? the little boob missile things, the little boob guns. Yeah. Folding down.
It's a weird design philosophy for this, for it to have a cannon to go from a monkey. What kind of monkey is it?
Mandrill. It's a mandrill.
A mandrill, of course it is. Yeah, mandrill. We just said that, didn't we? To go from a mandrake to a robot and then to these weird cannons. I don't know. Was this just this one toy that does this with the cannon mode, or
that's the thing?
It feels like a gimmick, doesn't it?
It really does, and it's not something that pops up really anywhere else. I mean, there is a sort of opposite number to this guy in the Kenner toy line, which is Transketo, who has a repaint in Beast Wars Second as well. So we'll come to that, and that sort of has a third mode. It's like they're both mega toys, so quite big in the Kenner toy line, and that sort of has a third mode, but nothing. It's not like this. This is a real one-off thing.
What kind of scale is he? You know, in reference to like
mega is God. I'm trying to think comparatively to something that you would know. It's it's fairly sizable. You're talking about maybe like a G1 Rekgar sort of height.
Okay, yeah, right. That is substantial. Yeah.
You know, okay, yeah. So it's a decent sized toy.
What's going on with the face? It looks a lot. It reminds me of the demon Etrigan, you know, from DC Comics.
Right.
That's what his robot mode face looks like.
Do you know what this face always reminds me of? I actually have another picture which I'm going to post.
Is it Mr. Sinister?
No. Maybe it'll remind you of. Here you go. Here's another picture of the robot mode, which you can see it a little bit more detailed, the face and everything.
Is it Yondu from Guardians of the Galaxy?
No,
that's
although
what I'm
actually,
seeing in this picture.
Yeah, you're not far off with that. For me, it's the guy from Avatar. You know, the "You're not on Kansas anymore. You're on Pandora." It's that guy.
Oh wow! What the Marine guy?
Yeah, the Marine guy. No, you're not seeing it.
I'm gonna have to Google him.
I can kind of see it. I can't stop seeing Yondu. It's the blue mohawk thing.
Yeah. I get you. I'll find a picture for you, Jason. Hang on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Perfect.
Do you see what I mean?
Do you see what you mean?
yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's not just me, is it? There's something there.
Yeah, look at that downturned smile, the kind of stretch marks on his forehead into his head. Yeah, the horn.
Yeah.
Stretch marks. Yeah.
Stretch marks on his forehead. That's never good.
Well, he's basically giving birth to an alien head out of his crotch, so maybe that's where that came from.
Right. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We start
Okay.
strong.
You did
Yeah,
start
it's a
strong,
good
though.
one.
That's good. That's yeah.
Yeah, you both into that one then. That gets
it's
a
cool.
thumbs up.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
It's cool because, it's a mandrel, but he's golden blue with it. It's
Yeah,
just like,
close.
I love it, just why
Yeah,
not?
yeah. It's
Why
a
not?
really cool colour scheme. Definitely.
The
Absolutely.
paint on his nose, on the on the mandrill
Yeah.
nose, looks fantastic in robot mode there because it just adds this wicked little bit of white
does, doesn't it?
contrast to
I
his
agree.
abdomen. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
totally.
I really like this one. It's definitely one I would like to pick up again.
Does make him like he's wearing a mankini, but yeah.
It does a little
does.
bit. Oh my god.
With his
How do you
nipple
always
guns.
notice things like this?
Oh, no.
Honestly.
That's how my brain works, man.
Yeah. Dread to think, honestly. Right, here's number 2. So this is actually, again, going in order. So this is C13, and this one has a brilliant name. I'm going to post it for you first, and then I'll tell you the name.
Oh, my God.
I like that. Bison.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, is it just called M?
No, this is Bighorn.
There you go. Yeah. Oh, I really like that.
It's cool.
So hailing from Thailand. There we go.
Look at
Is
that.
it?
That's got ball joints on it, doesn't it? That's
Yeah. Well, you're in the world of ball joints at this point.
Oh yeah, because
Jason,
this was
is
late
like
90s, was it?
1998. Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
okay,
ball joint
right.
city by this point. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Both modes there. I'm not too sure what's going on with his detachable gun thing at the top right, but those both modes there, that robot mode, that's really dynamic.
Mullet rocket.
That's cool. Yeah.
A mullet
rocket.
rocket.
Mullet
That's what he's got.
rocket.
Mullet rocket. I'm
Can
going to call him
Mullet
Mullet Bill
rocket.
instead
Oh
of
my
Bullet
God.
Bill.
This is awful, but I was riding my motorbike yesterday. Was that Sunday? And I had to weave through 2 squashed badgers. I'm sorry to say, and it just reminds me of a squashed badger.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely not where I thought that story was going to go.
I'm sorry, but that's looks like a squash. Because look, it's got a red face and a little funny nose on it there, which is the missile, and his badger fur.
All those squash badgers with funny noses.
Well, when they get
That's what I'm
squashed, their
thinking
noses, it doesn't end well for the noses.
I wouldn't
Just
know,
imagine
Jason.
of stopping
No.
just in the middle of the Highlands, stopping, getting off his bike and going, look at that nose. It's like badger
You
puddle.
see a lot when you're riding, I just was,
Fully did not expect a squashed badger
Wow.
update from Jason at that
Two.
point, but
it was awful.
there you go.
I know.
Beast Wars.
Beast Wars, exactly.
Are those green bits his eyes? On his face?
Yes,
It's really
so
hard
they
to tell
are.
from here.
Yeah, they are. So he's actually got little tusks. So it is a weird mold. What I will do at this point is post you the Kenner version just so that you can kind of compare. So this toy
Oh, I love
I
it, Kenner.
used to have. This version is called Bone Crusher. And you can see the paint differences between the two. So completely different character, all the rest of it, but no red. So where the Bighorn version has the red, this doesn't, and it maybe helps to make out the face a little bit because
Yeah.
he's got the little red eyes there.
Yeah.
So he's got kind of tusks, and then what's going on with his face is that it's a missile in the mouth. So it's like a firing projectile missile, and that is what
I'm not saying anything.
I know. That is what the mullet rocket is about, is that you can fire it, it pops up in the beast
So that's
mode.
his head.
Yeah.
Ah.
Can I just say, so Hasbro had this, they had kids doing this motion of putting this missile in and out of this robot's mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Dude.
Do you want to know
It was
the best
90s,
thing
what
is,
a time.
do you know how you activate the mullet rocket?
Oh, go
I
on.
tried to think.
Have a guess.
No. Oh, no. Don't tell me something like stroke. No.
What could you pull on that would activate the mullet
Oh, I
rocket?
knew it was going to go here. No,
Are
it can't be.
Are you pulling?
You pull on the
his-
tail.
On his tail.
Oh,
On his tail. No, not on anything else. On his tail.
Yeah. Okay. Is that the thing over his shoulder? Like, oh no, what's that? I can't see his tail.
The tail is where the tail
Oh, that
goes.
tail.
at the
Oh, I
back.
see it now.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The beast mode tail at the
Oh,
back of
funny bits.
the beast mode. Yeah.
It's like on a.
Where bison typically have their tail.
Did children play with this and start
Yeah.
crying?
I don't think so. I don't know. So
Oh.
it's actually a really good mold. Like
It is
so
cool. No, it is
Not
really...
much
Maz would be dead
articulation.
by now. Maz would be dead if he was here.
Yeah,
He would.
It's just like...
Not much articulation in the beast mode,
So-
fair to say.
And I was going to ask, I get the feeling there's quite a lot of back kibble based on what was become
not too
this hair.
bad.
Is it not too bad?
Yeah, it sticks out. It does stick
Yeah.
out a bit. Yeah, it does stick out for sure. The old
Because the dead
mullet.
badger bit looks like a solid piece of plastic, which then becomes...
Yeah,
hair.
it is. Yeah. So it does stick out. I'm trying to think from memory now because it's been a while since I've handled this thing.
I like the colour combo of the Takara one more.
Yeah, I do.
The
I do.
Kenner one, it's the face. I think the red eyes with the white face is something... I think you're right about it being more clear to make out what's going on. And I think it's just something, it looks a bit more sinister.
Yeah.
Do you remember the baddie in Is it Big Trouble in Little China?
This is exactly what I was just thinking of, Jason, was the Raiden looking ones.
Yep. Exactly.
I think it's a weird one. It was around this time that they were kind of swinging into the kind of animal features being quite present in the robot modes as well on some of the designs. And you get a bit of that here with the horns and everything. But I think it's cool because it's the same horns that you get in beast mode, so they just kind of carry over. I think the missile in the mouth gimmick.
Liam's gone. He's gone bye-bye.
It's the way you're saying horn with a straight face while we're talking about this guy. You pull his tail and you insert in this
Good thing in his mouth.
this-
You pull his tail, yeah.
tube
His
into his
horn-
mouth.
His horns pop out, yeah.
Yeah, this horned character.
Yeah. Very serious business.
Mullet Bill. That's what I'll call it.
Guys, we're on toy 2.
It's going to be a long night.
Yeah, there's like another 18 toys to go or something. But yeah, no,
Brilliant.
I think the missile in the mouth gimmick kind of hurts this one a little bit personally. Like, I think you could not have that, and actually it would be a more sort of successful action figure, I guess.
Yeah, I think
personally.
without that, because
Yeah,
honestly, that side, that pop-up gun thing going on,
Yeah.
it reminds me of a Muppet, with his really big bulbous
I
nose.
was just going to say, it looks like a little creature, doesn't it,
It
from the
does.
side? It's got that kind of
It really
Good
does.
God.
stick googly eyes on that.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Not a squashed badger,
Not
though.
a squash badger, though, no. There's nothing.
He's got weird arms, this guy, as well, because you can see that his hands are statically molded,
It's
like
solid,
open palms. And then, actually, if you tilt the arms up, like at the ball joint, the hands sort of are facing upwards. So it's a bit of a weird one. Like if you want to get the full double jointed
totally.
elbow kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, it's a strange one. I do really like it, though. I don't own this.
So
currently,
actually,
but
did the other one? Oh, the other one did have a gun. This one doesn't have a gun, though.
no gun,
just
just
the-
in the mouth.
the mouth
Yeah, just
projectile.
the old
Yeah.
mouth.
Everyone-
In
It's a hairpiece.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. In the cartoon, so both these characters, this first wave of toys, are all the main cartoon characters. So all of these Maximals that you're seeing here, Cybertrons, are all big in the cartoon, and Bighorn is one of the main characters. And in the cartoon, he has this sort of like
Big horn.
I know, it gets worse. It just gets more wrong. I like this guy to begin with, but now he's just it's a bit disturbing.
I know exactly what this guy was thinking who designed this. You can tell. It's
So in the cartoon, he has this ability to like summon lightning, basically, and they've made that his attack. Like all the Maximals have some sort of special attack, and his is like this lightning thing where he gets all angry and whatever.
cool.
So you can sort of imagine it.
That is cool. Does it come into his horns? It feels like it should use that as his content.
Jason,
wow.
you're not helping, man, with this. Honestly,
Just they look very attractive for metal. They look metally.
I'm going to move us on.
Yeah, move
I
on.
think
Yeah, come on.
I'm moving us swiftly on. Right. So toy number 3. Let me ask: would you get that one? What do you think?
I would.
Bighorn.
Yeah, I would.
Would you have some Bighorn in your life, Liam?
It's the mullet rocket, man. I'm kind of into it. It's just too.
You know what to
think
say.
so. My immediate thing was like, yeah, I love it, and it's just got better from this chat because it's just so,
There you go.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
You know what the bison mode reminds me of? You remember the Bayverse toy of Optimus Prime falling to Earth? That kind of.
Oh my god.
That's what this photo looks like.
The protoform.
Yeah.
The protoform. It is a bit like that, isn't
it's
it?
just
Yeah.
a protoform.
He's like tumbling down a hill.
Yeah.
I do see it. Do you know, I will say, just final thing before we move on, actually, is that I like this toy because the beast mode is a bit different and it's completely unique. Whereas, there was a lot of like big cats and things like this that were done in Beast Wars, which is cool as well. And obviously you want some of that. But I do like it when we got like a giraffe and things like that. And that comes in Neo. But some of the modes that were a little bit different. And this felt like that. So I kind of appreciate it for that.
Herbivore. Don't get many herbivores. Like it.
Right. So let's have number 3. Now, this one you might recognize.
Is that a variation of Rat Trap?
No, it's not.
Is it not?
It's him from. Is it from RD?
No, although I see what you're going for. You're thinking of the flying squirrel, but that's not. No, that's actually a
Gas
transmetal.
skunk?
No, yeah, right.
Skunk.
yeah. You're okay. There is Gas Skunk, who is a skunk, but there is a flying squirrel as well. No,
that's
this
what I was thinking of. Yeah.
I thought you might recognize this because it's just had a new Legacy update.
Oh, I can't remember his name. I can picture it as well, but I can't remember his name.
Well, let's start with what's the alt mode? Do you know what the beast mode is here?
Is it
a cat? Angry cat?
What are they called? A
ferret.
No, it's the
oh my god,
not a Tasmanian devil.
Devil Kid or something like that. Devil Junior?
You're circling around it. I'm going to have to put you out of your misery. It is a Tasmanian devil.
Oh.
And he's Tasmania Kid.
Tasmania
Kid. I knew there was a kid in there somewhere.
Yeah, is his name. In Kenner, he was called Snarl, very simply.
Oh, okay. Right.
So a lot of people think of him as Snarl. But I'll show you the updated, because you may have forgotten what it looks like, the updated Legacy toy. So you can kind of compare and contrast.
Wow.
So that's his... Yeah, it's core class, I think, this one.
That is cool.
I've not seen that. I have never seen that. That's very cool.
Have you not? He's cool, man.
That's really nice.
So they've done quite a good update of it, I think.
Yeah, that old mode is amazing.
He looks really different.
Yeah, the alt mode is something else, yeah.
So that's core class?
Like the head. Yeah.
I think it's core class, yeah.
It's really
it is, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's a good stocking filler, isn't it?
It's one I'm interested in, definitely. So I think I like what they've done with it here because they've gone for a bit more of a realistic beast mode, which I think really works. Whereas the original is a little bit funky.
So I like his enthusiasm in his alt mode, though. Look at him; he's like Shazam. He's there, isn't he? He's right there with his arms.
He looks like he's going, "I'm a frog." He's got that kind of frog pose going on, doesn't he?
It's funny that you thought he was a flying squirrel for a minute there, Liam. I think.
Well, he reminds me of that one from RID.
Yeah, I can totally see it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: why do they have like Beast Wars is famous for its articulation? You can see it there in the arms, the front legs, but the hind legs just look like are they one solid piece? That's kind of a shame.
One solid piece, yeah. It rotates around. So that's the only thing in a lot of Beast Wars toys. There's not actually that much articulation in the alt modes a lot of the time. Like if the legs are not part of the robot mode, so like all the articulation, the ball joints is there for the robot mode. So if the articulation for the beast mode is incidental, I suppose, then yes, you get it. So like in his forearms there, his front legs, you get some articulation because it's the robot mode arms. But if the legs, the hind legs, whatever, are just sort of hanging off the back in the robot mode, they tend to just be solid pieces.
So do you know, this would be the one thing that I kind of did struggle with to do with all the beasts, which was the fact that they quite often, I suppose it depends on the size of the figure, used the alt mode hands in the robot mode as well.
Right.
Which they've done here, haven't they? And their hands just look massive and a bit comical.
Weird
it's like
hands.
He's wearing
Weird
really
hands.
big skiing gloves or something like
they
that.
Don't suit either mode though, do they? Really? Because even in like the Tasmanian Devil mode, there it looks weird.
It
like
does.
The way that where the joint sits, it's kind of forcing them to point down, isn't it? Because the ball joint obviously doesn't go far enough up.
I think it's because they've made that
flatten out.
Yeah, that forearm's grey as well, and I'm not sure if that color change it just draws attention to a bit of a skinny bit, and it doesn't quite fit.
He's kind of wearing massive gloves. Yeah.
The man with the golden gloves.
Yeah,
I have this toy now, and I had it when it was on release or whatever. But I agree with you. It's always been one. I actually really like the robot mode, but it is a strange toy, and the arms are kind of the weakest point of all of it in a weird way. Like it doesn't quite come together.
Yeah,
I like the beast mode. I do like the way the tongue and the teeth become the chest.
Yeah, it's very cool.
How it splits. Yeah,
it is a tongue. Yeah,
All right, so the bit on his chest
That's his bottom jaw.
That's the bottom jaw, and then his legs and his feet are the top of it. That's pretty cool. Is the transformation quite fun then?
It's very simple. I mean, it's it's as you would expect. It basically spatchcocks open.
Right.
That's kind of his backpack, and then you can see that. Yeah, the top of his beast mode head is his feet, so that kind of comes round.
Clever.
Yeah,
it's cool
it is
that they
cool.
go that far apart. Those two pieces that you would look at initially and think it's one piece, but clearly it's not. To separate, it ends up in the exact opposite ends of the figure. That's really cool.
Again, I think it's like a lot. It's like I said about Bighorn, that they were trying something different with these, and you got to think from a Kenner perspective. This is for them, sort of year 2 going into 3, and they're mixing it up a bit with different beast modes. What else can we do? Trying different ideas, because the first year of Beast Wars was all flip changes for this class. This is a basic class toy originally, so it's the smallest price point, and they are tiny. I mean, you've had that pterosaur, Liam, so you know how small they are. And they were
great.
Yeah, and they were originally all flip changes, and then they switched them to stuff like this, which is more involved. But actually, I think a lot of them are. You've got to really remember the size class and how small they are. They're quite successful, actually.
And the time they were doing this is
the time,
fantastic.
right?
It's so easy to look back at these toys and pick faults like, oh man, I can't believe they did this or that. But you've kind of got to go back and like, this is the first time they were doing that. They've had where are we at now? Like nearly 30 years,
25 years ago,
refinement to where we are. All these little tweaks. Like you look at the newer one, and you're like, it's more successful in some ways, and you can see like that's because it's had 30 years of engineering. But like when you put side by side them, you're like, the golf isn't that great, and there are things on the old one I prefer. Like,
all fair.
Yeah, even just manufacturing techniques that they could do then, types of plastics that they were using, because that new version, that's really, really quite tight, isn't it, on the alt mode?
The old
really
mode is impressive,
and just like how it becomes so like, have they just been a bit cheeky with their photo there?
I'm going to have to buy it because I think it looks like the ideal pet sidekick for toys. So I'm going to end up buying it. But
it does.
I
look good in your photos.
I love the vintage
Liam.
one.
Yeah.
Little dog, little pet, or not even a dog, but pet him. But like this one here, I think the vintage one is cool because it just looks mad. It looks rabid. It looks kind of crazy.
Yeah. I've always thought it's a fun toy. I liked it at the time. It does have, the arms are definitely a little bit odd, and I would never say otherwise. Yeah, a little bit. They're a compromise, definitely, but otherwise, it's a great toy. Really nice little head sculpt, nice green eyes.
The gun on his arm.
Yeah, I was going to say the gun is cool because it's kind of. I guess it's a little bit, isn't it? I guess it's as a result of not being able to hold it in his hand. They've stuck it on his arm like a kind of Megatron cannon.
Yeah.
But it sort of works. But have you seen where it goes in beast mode?
It's his tail, isn't it?
Right up
his back. Yeah, it's got to be. That's always the way that it happens in beast mode, isn't it? Where can we put this?
Yep.
Oh, I know.
Just shove it up there. Looks probably painful. That's why he's got that expression. You'd have that if someone was shoving a feather duster there.
Dear oh dear.
Oh no.
Yeah. So there you go. That's Tasmania Kid. And again, known as
great
Snarl
name as well.
Under Kenner.
Yeah,
really cool.
Kid. Love it.
Tasmania Kid.
Tasmania Kid.
Yeah. There was something, I think when they initially announced the Legacy one, I don't know if it was Hasbro or someone wrote it as Tasmanian. And of course, people that were all over the wiki were then all over the internet going, I think you mean Tasmania Kid, actually. Do you know what I mean? It was one of those. But yeah,
from
quite
Tasmania.
Funny.
Yes.
Love it. Indeed.
You could hear the eye roll from here.
Yeah, exactly.
Beast Wars セカンドタコタック登場カードと戦え要塞からギガストームへ変形超ヘビー級の大決戦新戦士サイボーグビーストも登場タカラトランスフォーマー Beast Wars.
Right, so that's number 3. Let's have a look at number 4. Now, this one's pretty fun. I think I really like this toy. This is another basic class one. You've maybe seen this before. I don't know.
Is that squid? It's a squid.
It is, yeah. It's
nice.
a squid. Yeah. This is C15 Scuba.
Good name. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Any relation to Fancy Dan, old scuba boy?
Scuba boy, yeah. Indeed. I don't think so.
He's given me enormous Master of the Universe vibe.
Yeah, I see that.
Clawful.
He's given me I forgot his name. The manta ray. He's given me that. The deep.
Depth charge?
Depth charge in his head and his chesty bit.
Yeah.
Actually, massive chest,
Yeah, that's true. I'd never thought of that. Never ever thought of that, but you're right. The head sculpt and particularly the chest are not a million miles away. Even the
feet,
the sort of silhouette of the wings, and things like that. Yeah, very similar silhouette.
So, this is the thing, right? Quite often that when I end up start talking to people that aren't Transformers collectors, but then they kind of they know what Transformers are from like cars and all that kind of stuff. And then someone will mention, it's like, oh, would they not do some kind of animals? And the amount of people that, I'll be honest, are quite a bit younger than me that just absolutely love this. Like, love the fact it's an animal and the combination of that just being not a vehicle ultimately, and the play value. It really sparks something in people that I don't really see that much actually in other.
I think that's fair.
Toilets.
All of these toys do something well, and they were all trying to like incorporate little action features and things. So, like in this case, there's a little plunger on his back in squid mode that you press, and his jaws kind of open like that. So, like the silver bits, it's like on a spring that they push open. So, of course, then you can replicate that in his robot mode as well. So the action is kind of there for his chest, which is a little bit weird but kind of fun.
Is that a rub sign on his?
Yes, yeah. Oh, they've all got rub signs. Yeah. Rub signs have made a comeback at this point, and they were on all the toys. And then they were kind of replaced a little bit later with like spark crystals and things like that. For sort of latter-day Beast Wars, Transmetal 2s going into RID, they all had spark crystals. But yeah, rub signs at this point had come back.
So I really like this one, and I like it even more because I've just seen in the robot mode his squid eyes poking out from underneath his chest
on his little belly there.
Really cute. It's like a tiny little guy.
This figure is really clever. Like when I look at how
super clever
the two modes are and how it transforms, it's clever. It's the squid mode reminds me a little bit of do you remember Unicron in Transformers Prime where they made him into like a volcano hill thing? It's kind of this sort of shape, but the way this robot mode comes from that is just really clever use of parts. Like look at the tentacles on the side, like that are the arms. It's just a really neat way. I was like, no, it is the arms, isn't it? And then
it is the arms,
form that bit on the top of a squid's head.
Exactly. This is, I was going to say, actually, this is a super clever transformation. So this is what I was saying about basic class, because this is the same class size as Snarl or Tasmania Kid that we just looked at. It's the smallest price point toy that you would have got at the time in Beast Wars, when in the Kenner line where they had size classes. And so again, they'd gone from the kind of flip changes like Rat Trap and Pterosaur that everybody kind of knew, where you just pull the tail and the whole thing spring loads into the robot mode. Again, spatchcocks. And they'd incorporated these transformations kind of from the higher price points down into this basic class size. And I think they did an amazing job of it, honestly, because super small but very twisty turny creative toy.
I have one very minor nitpick here because the rest of it's cool, and it's the screw on the forehead of the beast mode.
Yeah, that's true.
Right there, it's really like
that is a shame. Yeah,
and all that stuff doesn't really bother me because you expect it, but it just seems really prominently placed because it's right on the forehead. You're like, oh, so much of this is so successful. Then you screw.
Oh, I thought that was the plunger that Sixo was on about, but that is actually.
No. There's a little thing on the back that you kind of push and the mouth opens. But
okay.
You're right. It's kind of literally the only visual compromise here, really, isn't it?
Yeah. The eyes for the abdomen is fantastic.
I love that.
It's such a cool, weird, because it's a weird creature, isn't it? What is it? A Humboldt squid sort of thing.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And it's a weird looking creature anyway. Squids always are. And so the robot mode has to be weird to go with it. And putting the eyes there is just such a weird, unique twist, especially because they look like they're staring out from behind a curtain
really
and all,
cute.
Behind the drapes.
It's a bit like that. Squid flaps.
Yeah, squid flaps. Yeah.
It reminds me of a character from Octonauts. Little.
It is a bit like Octonauts, isn't it?
It's got a little cutesy face about it. But yeah, I agree as well, Liam. The those hands. So this one, they just went right. We can't make the arms shorter to fit correctly, anatomically correctly with so we'll just go for it, and it just works really nicely.
I like that though.
It's lovely. Yeah, it's great.
Really nice molding on this as well. Like if you look on his arms and things like that. Just in terms of the molded detail, nice bit of paint here and there as well. Which again, remembering the price point, it's just nicely done. Some good repaints on this guy as well. We'll look at those. We're going to look at another of those tonight. Actually, I'll spoil the show with that. There is a repaint of this guy coming tonight.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. And there is another repaint besides, which is very desirable now. but which I really want. I think we saw a copy of it at the Toy Fair, Liam.
Ah.
I'm a bit torn now. If I had to choose one out of what you've shown.
Oh, save that, Jason. We're getting to them bits later.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
But I just want to say about the hands. Like, one of the things we're always quite picky about hands and stuff when we do these. But in this case, sometimes the toy just has to be weird, and it makes sense for them to have.
Yeah.
Like the other one, the Tasmania Kid one, it looked weird because he had gloves, and it's like it is quite a humanoid-looking robot with daft giant hands. Whereas here, you're like, he's a weird-looking robot. He's got to have weird hands. If he had normal hands, it might be a bit weird. This makes it better that he doesn't.
I kind of agree. I can't imagine this robot mode looking like it does with just normal humanoid hands. It wouldn't work for me somehow. But yeah, I love this guy. This is one of my favourite. And I say this all the time, Liam. It's one of my favourite Beast Wars toys. Genuinely,
it's a big list, that isn't it?
Yeah. It's a huge list. It's a whole cabinet of lists.
Top 105.
You won't believe number 34. But yeah, he's actually on top. I'm looking at him right now. He's right on top of my cabinet. He's just brilliant little thing. Lovely colours as well.
The colours are great. That's definitely worth mentioning. Just like that purple, like orange, purple, and red. Yeah. Really nice colours.
Yeah,
it's very Master of the Universe vibe.
It is actually.
Well. Yeah, very much so. So we're going to go big now for this one. We're gonna take it up a notch, and this guy is going to need no introduction whatsoever.
Lio Convoy.
Yeah, this is C16 Lio Convoy.
Smelly cat. There he is.
Smelly cat.
It's not his fault.
What are they feeding him?
This toy is, I always say this about this toy, it's ageless. It's
100% agree.
This design is one of like the best looking. Like the Legacy toy looks fantastic.
Yeah,
the robot mode, there's something about the robot mode that just ages beautifully. It's wonderful. Everything about it's great.
I 100% agree. I've got so many positive things to say about this toy. I won't, sit and do it all exhaustively tonight because that's not what it's about. But I do think it's a toy that deserves a mini-sode or something at some point because it is just phenomenal, honestly. And it's funny now seeing the updated designs of this because I have the masterpiece of this, and it's very nice design, paint flake, but that's by the by. The design itself is really good. But what I will say about the original 1998 Lio Convoy toy is that I genuinely believe no other design of it has ever done the lion mode as well as this.
So that's what I was going to. I really like that, considering when it was made and how they've done the mane and layered each of those panels. Like, how many panels are there to do that mane?
Yeah,
that is
not as many as you'd think,
really?
Actually, but not as many. Yeah, not as many. But he does. There are panels in there that kind of fold out, and he's got
look how much is going
little
on.
Guns and
so cool. Can I just ask? Because I have never handled this toy. I've never, never seen it in hand. And is that when you push on his head, his fangs come out? Is that right?
Yes, that is true. Yes. So I'll go through the gimmicks and stuff. I'll go through the gimmicks and stuff in just a minute.
I thought he might pop out the weaponized dreadlocks that he seems to have, the missile dreadlocks.
Missile dreadlocks with Prime's robot head hiding behind.
Yeah. No.
It looks like he's piloting him, doesn't it?
It does.
Optimus Prime head.
So I just want to focus on the beast mode a little bit more because I could hear your slight dissent with what I was saying there, Liam. So about the beast mode being an all-timer. It's just the proportions for me more than anything because a lot of the lion modes nowadays tend to be a bit truncated. And then kind of, even though, yes, the legs are better on the new one and things like this. And, you do get...
Real lions don't have that kind of shooting back leg thing there like that.
No, that is true. And I will grant you that. Absolutely. Yeah. But there's just something about anatomy of the legs aside. There's something about the look and feel of this mode that just has always worked for me superbly well in a way that some of the other like more modern takes on it just kind of don't have the same appeal. No. I can't quite put my finger on it.
I see what you mean because the Legacy toy is pretty cool, but again, it doesn't quite nail this, but neither does the Masterpiece either in the same way. The only one I think comes close is that third party one. That's kind of like not going for this at all. The sort of
that's
crazy cool. Robot
perfect effect. Yeah. The look of this beast mode just works for me because the Masterpiece has gone kind of a little bit goofy after the cartoon, which, because it's Masterpiece, is what they do. Yeah. Whereas there's a sort of majesty to this beast mode that just works. It just looks beautiful. And the repaints look great too.
Yeah, I would say that's kind of because it's a lion, isn't it? So, and it's just really stoic. That pose there, he's like proper great. Again, don't know how posable it is. Doesn't look like the back leg doesn't pivot.
It's not too bad, actually. Yeah, it's one of the probably more posable beast modes of the era, I would say.
It's really dynamic pose. He's like lunging forward in that image you've shared there. It's really nice. I love the color scheme. They've even like kind of airbrushed a fade on his feet. Is that like a dark grey silver?
The paint is really nice.
Really nice.
It looks like he's stood in a load of mud, doesn't it? Or soot.
He's still got nice gold claws, doesn't he? But that white with the gold, wow. Really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, the beast mode has a very godly kind of vibe, sort of like a mythical, Eastern kind of godlike character, doesn't it? It's got that. There's something about the face and the way it's done as well that really leans into that.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, actually. That's a really good way to look at it. And I think when you're looking at the kind of whole era of toys here, and you've got stuff like, Dragon Megatron and things like that, if you have that on a shelf somewhere, this is a really good kind of, it fits in really nicely in that kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. Whereas no doubt some of the more modern toys do different things well as well, like the hind legs and things like that. And they're a bit more kind of anatomically correct.
Going for different things, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah, that's all it is. So the other thing about this guy is the transformation is quite simple, but really clever. And you can see it kind of ends up with this asymmetrical robot form, which is really quite nice. And I do have some pictures of this guy as well, but I'll share them maybe later because it's, we're going to get into repaints and things a little bit because there are 2 repaints of this guy to kind of talk about, but we'll come back to those and kind of mix it up a bit. But yeah, then tons of gimmicks. So you can see he's got, we're looking at the wiki picture here, but in the beast mode alone, if you press the top of that little button that's like in his mane, just above his head, then his mouth opens and you get like a little, like he's talking basically, which is cool. He's got 4 cannons that pop out of his mane, 2 at the top, 2 on the sides, and you can put the missiles in, which is pretty cool. In fact, you can see where he's like holding one of the missile launchers. They pop out and they can go into his hands as well, which is cool. The sort of lion mode main pictures. Can you see the one that looks a bit like a windmill?
Yeah, I was going to ask about that one. Like, what is the gimmick there?
It's like a Thunder Typhoon gimmick thing. He does it in the cartoon as well. And it can also be done in robot mode. That's what the bottom right picture is all about. So basically you fan out the mane and you press the red button on top and it does a kind of windmill thing, like spins round like that, like a kind of like a little fan attack kind of thing. It's quite cool.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is very cool. Spinning mane. Okay, nice. Perfect.
So he's a bit like a lion version of Ironworks here. That's what he's reminding me of, the windmill.
Sure, yeah.
Yes,
second ever windmill transformer, maybe, yeah.
Windmill.
It's 2 for the win. That's about as many as boats as there are.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Just a short list. We could do a mini-sode on windmill transformers and it's just this guy in Ironworks.
Exactly. I'm sure there must be more.
We've touched on it, but we've got to ask, why is Lio Convoy's Optimus Prime style head there? Like, behind the lion head? It looks like he's piloting him, or like he's carrying a little baby Optimus.
In the bottom 2 pictures, So basically, so you've got the kind of windmill attack. Then you can do both of those things: the pop out cannons and the windmill thing in the beast mode. And the bottom right 2 pictures are showing that you can do those 2 things in the robot mode as well, because he's got the lion mode on his arm, on his shoulder. So you can pop out the cannons, and he does do this in the cartoon where he kind of like hides behind the beast mode head on his shoulder, if you like, and pops the cannons out, or he does the typhoon thing, and it's pretty cool.
That is actually quite cool. Okay, I like that. So that was the thing that always catches my eye with this figure is his massive shoulder pads. It's a bit American football, I always think, with this kind of bit that he's got either side, and it really just regal. It's the asymmetrical. It's like he's wearing this big gown or something, isn't it? And,
it's from Final Fantasy.
Funny that you should say big gown there, Jason, because I'm going to share with you here. I only just thought of this, by the way. I didn't prepare this. No, I didn't prepare this. But here is a picture of Kylie Jenner from the Met Gala
in Lio Convoy cosplay. Wow.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It does look like she's gone as Lio Convoy, doesn't it?
She has gone Lio. Jeez. Yes. Wow. That's a choice.
I made this joke at the time. I think I tweeted it and just said, "Is this unintentional Lio Convoy cosplay?" I think it did get a few likes, but
God, well, she's got the lion. She's possibly a witch, and this is obviously part of a wardrobe. So here we go. The whole thing.
I don't know if she's got any kind of typhoon attack, though. I haven't confirmed that.
Yeah, totally.
Fan of
The
Turkish
pop-out
delight.
missiles. Where would they come
Yeah,
from?
exactly. They didn't have that on TIFF Wiki, so I can't be certain.
Are the missiles here gold plastic?
Right, so
Or is
they're
it
not.
brown?
It's brown. I don't believe this toy has GPS. I've never had any problems with it. Certainly, it's fairly robust. I want to say, like the worst thing that I've ever come across with this toy is loose joints.
Oh, really?
A little
Okay.
bit, yeah. But maybe more on one of the repaints, which we'll touch on obviously a little bit later. But yeah, it's generally speaking a fairly solid, sturdy toy. There's even a couple of extra gimmicks, like you can see the little claws in the bottom left picture that pop out.
The Matrix.
Yep.
It's got a little matrix.
Yeah, so I was going to ask about that. So is that a matrix, not and also a rub sign?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the
And a
first
rub sign,
instance
yeah.
of one as well?
Ooh.
Because I don't think anything had it before that, did it?
Yeah, I think this might be one of the
that's a good
first,
point, Liam.
actually. Yeah, it's a really good question.
I think it is, because I'm sure in the ye olde times of end of 90s, early 2000s, I seem to remember this was always brought up as the example that had one of the Matrix.
Yeah,
It's the example of a toy that had the Matrix, sorry.
Right, exactly. It's an Energon matrix, which I think is, not quite the same thing as, but for all intents and purposes. But yeah, I think
it's the first toy designed to have something that, evokes the Matrix, isn't it?
The sort of archetype of a matrix, if you will. But yeah,
and it's in his chest as well. It's in that panel, is it?
Yeah, it's a little flip open panel. Yeah,
like that.
And then the pop out claws, like spring loaded, and they can be used in either mode as well. So that his front legs, his cat legs, are actually on the undersides of his forearms in robot mode, and they can kind of spin round, and you can see in the bottom left picture there, kind of pop out as well. So it's genuinely one of the most gimmick-laden Transformers of all time, I think. Like, it's up there with Ultra Optimus Primal, which a lot of people always, remember as being this super playable toy. This has got tons of stuff going on.
Very cool.
I can't stop laughing at that picture of Kylie Jenner.
No, right.
I'm wondering if is that Prince Caspian behind her.
Yeah.
God only knows.
It does look.
God
that's what I was
only
thinking.
knows. Exactly.
Yeah. I always wanted to do that. I always wanted to go to
Narnia.
IKEA dressed as a
No,
just as a lion and a witch.
Narnia.
Just come out of a wardrobe and just go, we're in the wrong place, and then just go back in again.
Sure. Do you think that's what Kylie Jenner's doing there?
That's what she's doing. She's up to IKEA.
Big
Like
Like
level
the
joke.
lion, the Swedes, and the wardrobe at IKEA.
We're going to move on from Neo Convoy because I think
Yeah.
there's two repaints to look at later as well, which we'll just look at the colours and stuff, but we'll come back to those because I want to mix it up a bit. And I think it's almost as worth kind of doing more conversation on Neo Convoy another time because there's so much to say, I think.
He could have a
Look at
mini
some of the
sode,
other
I feel.
toys.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he could have
so
a
doesn't
mini-sode,
he?
he's
I'd
a-
happily
Very
talk
much
about
so.
him for a minute.
There's so many toys of him now as well that you could just do one on that character. I think it's kind of now known as Leo Prime, as he sometimes is. So I think we'll move on and start looking at the next toy.
No, just what?
Leo Prime. Leo Prime.
Leo Prime.
Leo Prime, I think it is.
Oh, look, Maz isn't here anymore, so now I have to fill this role of picking you up when you say stuff
No, but I
weird.
think it is Leo Prime. I think it is Leo Prime.
Is it not Leo Prime?
Leo
So
Prime?
if it's LEO,
You wouldn't call it
I
like
would say Leo.
Leonardo.
But you did say behemoth, didn't you, or something?
I did.
Obviously,
Yeah,
so-
yeah. That is a thing I say.
Bemoth.
Yeah, it's Leo. Would you not say Leo?
No, there's Leo. You could say Leonardo, wouldn't you? You wouldn't say Leonardo or
So I'd say Leo. Yeah.
yeah,
Would you?
Leo the lion, Leo Sayer. You wouldn't say Leo.
Yeah. All right. Now you've said about Leo Sayer. Now I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe you are right, actually.
It's gone wrong.
But yeah, I mean, who can say, really?
It's whatever you want it to be, Sixo. That's it. It's
Who
your
can
choice.
say?
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Brilliant.
One or the other.
Exactly.
Leo Prime.
Fantastic.
Leo Prime.
Getting very European. That's all.
Tomato.
That's
This is not- Tomato, so. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, my wife says tomato, actually, funnily enough. And
I'm waiting for you to call it tomato.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, tomato. Right, let's move on anyway from Leo Prime.
ビーストウォーズセカンドマンドリル変身アパッチ戦士がロボにネガスト今度の敵はマシンだ新しい戦いに参加せよトランスフォーマービーストウォーズ騎士もすごいぞ
So this one might be a bit of a come down now. I don't know. We'll see. I shouldn't have said that because I'll preempt it.
Oh. triple changeover. Is that a triple changeover?
Yeah, it kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
What the hell is going on here?
Is
You
it
were gonna say that.
Is it a mosquito?
It's a mosquito. Well done. Well spotted. This is Big Moss.
Big Moss. It's amazing that's a Maximal.
What is with these names? Brilliant. What?
That's interesting that you said that. Come back to that, Jason. But
okay.
go on, Liam. What's your reaction to this?
Why the bleeding hell is going off? What's this third one? What's this ginormous? This is insane. This is absurd. But the colours, fantastic. It looks like Omega Supreme. I'm into that. Everyone else, this is. Dude, someone made this. It's like it's got someone's put. It looks like its wings. It looks like someone's put ketchup. You know, like it's a little hot dog. Like
what? Yeah, I do know actually. Yeah,
it's
mustard on his wings.
It's got mustard on.
You always notice these things.
Look at the middle one. What's coming out of his mouth? What's
this? Missile.
That's his.
That's his little, another missile out the mouth.
His little stab.
He's called Big.
Drink your blood.
Big Moss. Yeah, he's Big Moss. Right. Lots to say about this. So, Jason, what did you say? You said it's interesting.
It's a Maximal. So I'm thinking, was this previously a pterosaur? That's
a pterosaur? A predacon?
A pterosaur. Sorry, I'm going in there. Close.
There are Beast Wars collectors now listening to this going, what?
Who's this
What
guy?
did he say? Yeah.
There are dinosaur people kicking in like, this is not a pterosaur.
I can tell you all about all the dinosaurs, you know.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so he was a Predacon previously, was he?
Crying, guys. Yeah, so he was a Predacon. Yeah. Well observed. I've got to tell you, I think that's a really great observation. So yes, basically, the Kenner version of this is called Transquito, and it's a completely different colour scheme. So I'll post a picture of that for you here, so you can see what that looks like. So this is this is the version I knew.
Jeez. The hot dog wings. What's going on?
Has he got glasses?
Grabbed ketchup on it.
Oh my God.
It looks like has he got glasses? What's going on? Has he got two eyes? He's got
two eyes, the red bits of the eyes, yeah. And then it's tusks. It's like a predator face.
They look like little glasses, little tiny silver glasses.
Like little spectacles. Little John Lennon spectacles.
What am I not seeing in that? Honestly.
It's like the two little on his nose, you know, like the little tiny glasses reading. He's got his peepers, his little readers on.
There's so much to unpack with this toy, honestly.
Look at his Madonna nipples. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's the other thing, isn't it? Absolutely.
You'll take someone's eye out with them.
It's funny. I don't like this version. I like the other one. Let's go back.
Madonna nipples. Did you just say Madonna nipples?
Yeah, look, that's what it looks like. That's what it's, yeah. It's like it's got two kebab skewers going.
God.
I do like the purple on this Hasbro.
Liam, you got to slow it down, man. I'm still reeling from hot dog wings, honestly.
It's like the ketchup. It's like, you know, when you see them pictures, it's always they've done the ketchup.
I know exactly what you mean. Oh, and you're not wrong at all.
Oh right, okay. I see his tusks now. His little peepers have gone now.
The white bits of tusks. Yeah. It's like a predator face. Yeah. Imagine it looking like a predator.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you make it bigger, then
yeah. So look, I'm going to post you one of my pictures, which maybe might help. I don't know. This is my picture.
It probably will.
It's not side on, but this is my picture of Big Moss, and there he doesn't have.
Okay, I can see.
There he doesn't have the missile in the mouth, so it might help.
Is this a different colour? Because yours looks
green. This is the Takara version.
Okay, but on that picture, no, that's the TF Wiki picture. It looks more turquoisey, but I think it's the really bright light, isn't it?
It's the lighting, yeah.
Wow, your picture's excellent, man.
That's really nice, Sixo. Yeah, that looks great.
Do you know, it's funny because you say that, because actually I was really, really determined to take a nice picture of this toy, because it's not my favourite mould, it's fair to say, but I do really like the Takara colour scheme. I think it's really cool. And I only ever knew the Kenner version from back in the day. So when I got the Takara version, I was like, I really want to do a good picture of this thing. And it's not the easiest to set up because it's not the most stable.
It's Mumra colours.
Yeah, it really is. But I just went for it with like the posing and everything. I was like, I'm going to make this toy look as badass as I possibly can. So that's always nice to hear, obviously.
It's fantastic.
Thanks, man.
It looks like he's been stabbed by them skewers.
It's very cool.
It does a bit.
It looks like he's like stumbling forward, like, it's just but to scratch.
It's a weird old toy. So he's kind of got this predator face, as you can see, with the little 4 tusks. The missile goes through the mouth, which I'm not keen on as a gimmick. It's not my favourite gimmick at all.
He's also called Big. Like the other one was called Big, wasn't he? Mullet Rocket.
Big
he was
Horn,
called...
yeah.
And another one with a missile coming out of his mouth. I mean,
yeah,
Jesus. It's
there's
theme,
a thing,
innit?
little theme,
Big theme.
missile, yeah.
Big
So
theme.
the weird kind of compromises in this one in terms of transformation are, it's kind of cool, but so like the head folds up for the mosquito mode, the robot mode, and then you see the mosquito head on his chest that kind of opens up and it's spring loaded and it collapses around his robot mode head. So the robot mode head ends up inside the beast mode head, basically, which is quite strange.
That's very strange.
Yeah, their hands fold up. He's got very visible hands in the mosquito mode, as you can maybe see on the little TF Wiki picture just there.
Yeah.
And there's a gimmick. You can pull the wings. There's like a slider. You pull it and the wings flap back and forth. So that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Unfortunately, the robot mode legs, the bottom bits are quite hollow because they fold up and round to kind of form the tail of the mosquito mode. So they're very hollow. It's a bit of an awkward toy.
But you can't see that from the front, can you?
No, you can't.
No.
The front look really. The legs look the more successful part of it. But, can we talk about is that Scarab? That's sort of like a shrapnel style mode there. Because does his beast?
You want to know about the third mode? Yeah.
Does the beast head end up on his arse there? Is that what's happening? His other beast head.
So
his head
actually,
explode?
I said earlier, didn't I, that this guy doesn't have... So this is the guy I was talking about when we were talking about Baboom Apache, in his third mode, and it's got the weird little head. So I said then that this guy doesn't have... This is the opposite number to that. So they were both released as mega toys by Kenner at the same time. And I remember seeing the two toys literally on the shelf next to each other, back in 1998 or whatever it was. And so they were very much kind of... Yeah, it's a mega toy, yeah.
I was thinking it was like one of them little ones.
No, it's a big toy.
It's absolutely wild.
So no, it's a big toy. It's so 4 size classes, 4 main size classes. There are others, but 4 main size classes in Beast Wars Kenner is basic, deluxe, mega, ultra, and this is a mega. So it's the third biggest size class, basically.
Really?
Yeah, alongside Baboom Apache. But yeah, the third mode, there is actually, I'd forgotten, but there is actually, it's been so long, there is actually a little hidden face. You can see the kind of wing, the wing thing, the backpack with the wings folds over and there's a little face just on it there. And then the wings kind of split open into this kind of like claws almost. It's really strange.
Yeah, it's like shrapnel, isn't it, from the Insecticons?
It is.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah. It's described on TIFF Wiki as being an antlion, apparently, but they also call it a hell scissor mode.
Hell scissor, yes. That was Liam's reaction, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. Hell scissor.
Wow, it's bonkers. I can't work out
That's a
where
good way
to
to
look
put it.
because each road, like I keep going back to the middle one where it's the face, and it now looks like the little skewers look like a moustache on him, like it's going, hey, because he's got the little hands. The little hands, when you see it, that picture, like, hey,
it really does.
You stole my parking spot, guy. It's got that kind of vibe or something.
It really does. Oh my god!
He's like a little twiddly moustache.
It's me, Mario.
Yeah, I was getting Mario vibes, totally.
I've got a picture of the Kenner Beast mode here, so it's probably a better picture, so you can kind of see.
Oh no! This one looks less funny. The other one looks funny. This one,
the Beast Wars second is way better.
It's just the color scheme change. Honestly, it
looks like a burger. It's like some sort of.
It really does.
Someone was hungry when they designed this.
It's like a burger. It's a funny old toy. I actually would say that other than the visible robot mode hands,
is it one of your favorites?
No, it's definitely not. It's one of my least favorites. Other than the visible robot mode hands, I think that the beast mode is fairly good as a mosquito. It's sort of quite successful.
It's horribly terrifying with the ketchup and mustard wings.
So I'll be honest, because I immediately knew what it was when I saw it, and I'm not convinced by that kind of third mode. But the robot mode, he's quite scary looking, isn't he?
Yeah.
He looks like a villain, almost like a battle beast. He's got that, you can tell.
Yes, totally.
Like you would see him in any of those Filmation cartoons of the 80s, there's some kind of, like maybe in like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. It's got that kind of henchman vibe. It's kind of a cool robot mode.
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
Cool. It's worth mentioning at this point that so this was originally a Predacon in classic, our Beast Wars, if you like, Western Beast Wars. And then, Takara made him into a Maximal. And he's the first that we're going to see now of what's called the Insectrons. And basically, it's because in kind of Kenner Beast Wars and mainframe Beast Wars, all of the bad guys were either like dinosaurs or bugs, basically, weren't they? Like as a loose concept, anyway. I say all dinosaurs and pterosaurs as well, of course. Which are actually dinosaurs.
Thank you for clarifying that, because that's important.
Throwing that in there. Yeah, that is an important distinction.
Do you mean prehistoric creatures?
Yes, exactly.
As an umbrella term.
Yes, reptilian-themed prehistoric creatures of various genuses and things. Well,
more in common with birds. Is it reptiles?
That's it.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's true. Actually, yes, that's true. Yeah. Well, that's a whole rabbit hole. Let's not go down that.
It's almost like a Kenner found a way.
Do you know, Liam?
Help yourself, can you?
This is my new favourite episode we've ever done.
You were so preoccupied with making that joke that you didn't stop to think if you should or not. That's all I'll say.
Just straight in there.
Whether you could make that joke. Yeah. Right. So, the Insectrons. So, basically, they took the kind of classic Beast Wars baddies, if you like, made them all Maximals, but I guess they maybe had to kind of explain, well, hang on a minute, why are these insect guys kind of good? And so they're just called Insectrons. And this was a real revelation for me when kind of discovering, because I knew all of these toys as the Kenner toys. So kind of coming to discover Beast Wars Second, I was like, what? They're good guys now? Like, why? Because it took me ages, particularly this one, actually, to see it as like a good guy toy.
Just because you can't be a good guy.
It just looks so evil, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's proper scary.
Even in the Takara color scheme, which is a bit more friendly, it's still evil somehow.
Yeah, the Takara one's more funny. There's something about it. It's kind of a comedy element, but the Kenner one is quite grim.
Yeah.
Who's the I forgot his name, Liam, but who's the bad guy in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
The Shredder.
No, not the Shredder. The insect dude who's in the new movie.
Baxter Stockman. Oh, in the new movie, the one played by Ice Cube.
Yeah, it's the insect.
What is his? I can't remember his name.
Superfly.
Superfly. Of course it is.
Of course,
it's brilliant.
Yeah. He reminds me of Superfly in his second version.
Yeah,
totally.
I see what you're saying.
Superfly vibes about
Great film.
Yeah,
Superfly. I totally see that. So I will say, just kind of before we move on, that I do really love the color of the Takara version, and that was kind of what drew me to it. It's the kind of green color is super hard to pin down. It's one of those where it looks different in like every light almost, and it is a weird color scheme, but it just sort of works somehow. It's like it takes like this outlandish design that is sort of horrible to look at and just dials up the WTF factor a little bit, and somehow it works.
It's actually kind of a fun, almost like Mask style connection here, because it's the same thing with the car Hurricane. It has the same problem where in a lot of photos the color looks like the Takara one here, where it's that light blue, almost turquoisey color, and in other photos it's green, exactly like this, and it's
strange, isn't it?
The way it's captured in images. Yeah.
Right, we better move on. So this next one, man, you're going to have something to say, Liam. I'm wondering if you've seen this before. I'm guessing you have. Here it is.
Yes. Is this Retracts? Retracts?
Yes, Retracts, or now known by its Takara name, Power Hug.
Power Hug. Oh,
fantastic. Okay,
Power
cool.
Hug.
I thought you were going to call it something like Big Ben or something. You know, they all seem to be called Big.
No, not big. No missile in the mouth for this one. So
no. Oh my gosh! Wow. So this guy is weird. The colors are amazing. The head looks like kind of like a Power Rangers villain. It's kind of like the romance, something Unicron-y about it.
A lot of people say that. Yeah.
Why did they put the screw hole in the crotch?
Look at so many screw holes.
A lot of screw holes. There you go. You get a Sixo picture for this one as well.
Wow.
Look at him. But he's literally in a Power Hug mode.
I was going to say Power Hug is very appropriate. Oh my God. I just can see in your photo, Sixo, the red line there across the crotch. What is that? Is that
full disclosure, I forgot to tuck that in. You can tuck that in.
We've all forgotten to tuck it in at some point.
I've literally only just noticed as well. Damn, I've only just noticed on my phone. I forgot to tuck his little winkle in, haven't I?
It's no wonder nobody's accepting his hugs.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of giving Flasher vibes now a little bit, isn't it?
He's got a wide-eyed look to him as well.
His brother is that Shredder, from the Mutations, the flashing Shredder.
The flashing Shredder, yeah. Yeah, there is something a bit flashy about this one, isn't there?
Yeah, he does.
I've literally only just noticed that I've made that transformation mistake on this photo. No one's ever pointed it out before, but of course we notice it on this podcast.
Yeah, if that was like just painted brown instead of blue, it'd look like a Mac that he's wearing. He just like
it would, yeah. Very much.
Could have called him Big Mac.
There you go. And he'd have to have a missile in the mouth.
What's with the Pac-Man mode? It looks a bit like
yeah, it does. What is
you remember Mad Balls or Bog?
Like
Mad
it's not actually a separate mode. So the thing with this guy,
it's the storage.
It's the action feature. So the thing with this guy is that that's the beast mode that you can see there, all laid out flat, and it's got a spring gimmick that rolls it up into a ball, basically.
Nice.
And then
cool, like the actual creature.
Yeah, exactly like the actual creature. But then in the robot mode, his arms are, as you can see, spring activated as well. So it's the same gimmick. So in the robot mode, he power hugs you using that same gimmick, basically. So it means that his arms are forever stretched out to the side like that. Or they're in
loving arms around the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it. Friends of mine are going to say that this is me in robot mode, just with my hugs.
Oh, okay.
Jason is power hug. That's what we're going to call
power
him.
Hug. I love it.
Yeah,
it's so.
There you go.
That's very much a Maximal, isn't it? I love that. It's
well, not
sweet.
Originally. It's a Predacon in the Kenner line.
Really?
So yeah, I'll show you.
Power
So this is this is Retrax. This is the Kenner version.
Oh, I kind of like that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Cool color scheme.
You can buy this currently in like B&M and places.
Bizarre thing. So this toy of all the toys, this has been reissued. Can you believe it? Yeah.
That actual version, the Kenner version.
The Kenner version, yeah.
Can I just say that? Oh my god, the Kenner version. What the face? What the hell?
Yeah, that's
going on?
What is going on?
What? On the eyes?
The Takara one with the lipstick face is quite fun. The Hasbro one looks like he's wearing some sort of devil mask. The way they
does.
It's true, actually.
Yeah, it's like he's wearing a skull.
What's going on here?
Yeah. You can see he's got a little kind of like knife gimmick in the one. So there you've got kind of the hug being activated, as it were. This photo's quite generous in that, in my experience, it's either literally pinned all the way back so his arms are completely outstretched, like Jason showing off his collection, or it's like literally like completely recoiled such that you can't pose him or anything. There's no posing this toy, really.
I love that. He's got the rub sign there. Like, imagine all the other Beast Wars characters are coming up and don't care, mate, not coming near you, don't care, it can be whatever you want, no one cares. Just
put your winkle away,
keep it where away.
Do you think they to get this photo they disabled the spring? They probably just.
I'm wondering, because I've never been able to have it like halfway like that, so I don't know how that photo was done. I'm wondering if they maybe did, but yeah, it's a weird one. I think this getting a reissue shows that not all of those old molds are available. Ultimately, I mean, I know they're not, but that tells you something that this got picked over a lot of the like cartoon characters and things like that for the reissue treatment. A lot of people, when it was announced, were just like, "What? This toy of all the toys?"
Were these toys led by Kenner over Takara then?
No, it was a mix. It was a real mix at the time, like all of Transformers, really. I think it was.
This has serious Takara vibes. It just has that crazy Japanese toy vibe. And the color scheme on Power Hug is gorgeous. I'll give him that. Like the white is quite. It reminds me of like white chocolate. It's kind of rolled up Kinder Egg.
It's kind of an off-white. Yeah, it's not pure white at all. But I think, like a lot of toys, I think some of the designs were Hasbro led in the concepts and things like that, or Kenner led, because it was very much Kenner at this point. But then Takara engineering and whatever else. So a real mix, like all of Transformers, really. Because it's all done in partnership somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
It reminds me, color scheme wise, of Car Robots Ultra Magnus, the blue.
Yeah. Okay.
The white and the red. because that was his jam, wasn't it? It's just got the same. He did
I
that
see
with
that.
silver admit, but he
Kind
has
of
the
like
same.
hero colours.
Is it Ultra Mammoth?
Yeah. Well,
bit of Ultra
that's for another time, Ultra Mammoth. But yeah, we won't get to that tonight, sadly. But yeah, it's kind of like got a gas mask face. This guy, no?
He does.
Yeah.
That's also
And baseball
really...
hands.
Yeah. The
This would
hands
be
are
a
weird.
great Halloween costume.
Do it, Jason. That's all I can say.
Yes, I'll do it for TFN.
Every
So it'll
part
be my
of this toy
cosplay.
is weird.
Power hug.
Yeah.
Just in the...
But a lot of people have said that this needs a Unicron repaint over the years.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
It's the two halves at the side and the horns. As I say, there's a very Unicron vibe to it. Oh my god, he even rolls up into a ball, doesn't he?
He does, exactly.
Yeah,
So you could have a
exactly.
planet mode of sorts, yeah. Beast Wars Unicron kind of thing, yeah.
Absolutely.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Without a doubt, they, as I said at the beginning of this, they had an absolute blast just doing these, didn't they? Absolute
I think
blast.
so.
Yeah.
Very much so. Right, I'm going to move us on because we've got a lot more to get through. So this next one is, I don't have as much to say about this one actually, but this is called Tonbot. It's otherwise known as, Tonbot.
Brilliant.
Yeah, otherwise known as Jetstorm under Kenner, but
This-
different colour scheme.
I've just realised that's someone's hands in that top right image. This
is,
looks
yeah,
sore.
yeah.
This looks very sore. If you're, what is he poking? Is that
Yeah,
like-
it's got a gimmick. Again, the wings flap. It's got like
Is
a
it
little
like a finger
slider.
trap, like those finger trap things you used to get as kids.
But it's not one of those. Yeah,
Shaking
does look
it.
like it. Does look like it. So it's got a couple of gimmicks. This one, so it turns into a kind of what is it actually? The bug.
It kind of looks.
It's a
bit
dragonfly.
like dragonfly, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dragonfly. I just spaced on it there for a second. I did kind of know that, but yes, it's a dragonfly. It's got a couple of gimmicks. It's got a little slider in the tail that makes the wings move, kind of flap. It's got two pop-out missiles, which you can just kind of see at the sides of the tail, just there. And then there's the little inset picture where the missiles are folded forward.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So the missiles also pop out in robot mode as well, because the tail actually is kind of sticking out the back of his robot mode still, which is a bit of a strange one. But
What's going on in his forehead in alt mode? Is that like
just
is
the
there a little
way.
transparent bit of plastic there or something?
It's actually, again, it's his robot head forms the middle part of the beast head.
Has it got light
And the
vision?
hands... no, I don't think so, from memory. I do own this, but I don't think so, no. From memory, anyway. Don't call me on that.
Yeah, he's got
But,
them little claws, hasn't he?
yeah, so the hands come up and sort of tab into the sides of the
his eyes.
forehead, and that's his eyes, yeah.
Yeah, cool. It's a bit ugly, I'll be honest. It's an insect though, isn't it? Insectron. Was it an
Yeah.
Insectatron?
It's an Insectron, yeah. I'll show you the Kenner color scheme. It's very different. So this guy was a Predacon originally, of course.
Oh,
Colors
Wow.
are quite nice on the Kenner version.
yeah. Looks a
Oh, so he does have light piping. I was wrong.
looks a lot more evil there. Bit of
Yeah,
Darth Vader vibes going on in that head.
That's very much like Man at Arms. He's got Man at Arms colours going
He
on.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is I think this is one of the first times that you've shown me the Kenner version, and I prefer it.
Mm.
Really?
And I prefer it.
I like-
Yeah, I prefer it. You know why? Because I
Like Man
can
at Arms.
discern the body a bit better in that. It just is a bit.
See, I think
simpler.
the coral on Mando is amber wings are its best feature. I kind of want to chew
Yeah.
them. They look like
Yeah,
sweets.
but
but
emerald
like the-
green. That's nice.
Yeah. But look at that green on the chest, and then you've got look at that fade on the eyes with the green and sort of goldy colour, and all the man that was so much more colourful. I think that.
Yeah,
gotta
they
say-
have done a lot actually on that.
Yeah.
version, haven't they?
I'm
That's true.
kind of with Liam on this one. I agree the Takara one is the Kenner one is really nice. The funny thing is I used to have the Kenner one, and it's one of the more, I don't want to say forgettable toys, but it's like easy to kind of pass by it. You know, it's like there
Right.
in the
yeah.
line. It's not particularly remarkable. It's
Too muted, them colours, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like no one's favorite toy almost. It just
mine,
doesn't really
Ray.
stand out.
I wonder why.
There you go. But
we're going to get a letter, aren't we? Someone's going to write it.
yeah,
From
someone's
me.
going to write in.
This was my favourite toy.
All the Jetstorm fans. But the Takara version, I think, does pop a little bit more. It's got something more colourful about it, and it just kind of. I remember
so bright and vivid.
Yeah. So I used to have the Kenner version, don't anymore. Now have the Takara version. And when I got the Takara version, I was like, woof, this is Colour City. So,
yeah.
So on that basis, I'm going to move us on again because there's a few more of these little like insect guys to go.
Are these all the same scale? Are they? Sorry.
Oh right. So I should clarify. So Retrax and Power Hug, that mold is a deluxe. This is a deluxe as well. So one down from the mosquito guy.
Yeah.
This next one is a deluxe as well. This is Mantis.
What is going on?
Known as Manterra. And the Kenner.
Not Mankini.
Not Mankini, no.
But I mean, again...
Is that the second Mankini reference tonight? Yeah.
It is, but again, because look at the way the blue goes down onto his waist.
Yep, I see what you're saying.
Can't help
Mankini would not be inappropriate.
That's his head there. That's his little insect head.
Yes, his insect head is on his crotch, yeah.
Wow. Oh my God, again, we're back again with this. The head, crotches. This is a very crotch-focused line, this, isn't it?
I think that's just where you're looking, Liam. I don't know what to say.
What did they have on their mind? Were the designers all like 19 at the time when they were designing this? Because
Maybe.
Exactly. There's a lot to take in on this guy.
Yes.
You know, his big, massive mantis claws, that have like the spinny disc, which I presume fire
It's a
out.
gimmick. Yeah, it does. It's a gimmick.
It's not bike wheels.
A lot going on there. Does he have Does he have a mantis kind of punch?
Nothing like that. No. So yeah, there's it's like a pressure fire thing, like a disc launcher in each claw.
Okay, yes,
and that's the kind of signature, main gimmick of this. Otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward transformer.
Does not look like a Maximal again. Look how angry that face is. That is a really angry face.
Yeah, 100%. It does not give me Maximal vibes, this at all.
Alt mode kind of does, though. Kind of cute.
Alt mode's quite friendly.
The picture looks like he's going, please, sir, can I have some more?
Smack.
He's got that face. Look at his face.
Disc in the face.
Begging face, look.
I'll show you the Kenner version. Here you go. So it's very similar, actually, but just
similar.
One of the more similar between the two companies.
I prefer this for the purple. I like the purple
nice.
wings on wheels. They're kind of...
The purple is nice.
Yeah, is the Takara one? That doesn't look transparent. Is that just because they're really dark blue?
It is. It's just dark blue. It is slightly translucent, but not as much. I think it's the lighting between the two pictures as well.
It's really
a robot Christmas tree. That's what the Takara one looks like.
It's got jazz hands going on.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, it's a fun toy though. Like it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, and it does not look like a Transformer traditionally does. Like you put this next to something like G1 Blue Streak and you're like,
how are they related?
There's definitely a contrast there.
Exactly. Things have gone a bit, off kilter, haven't they? But I do like it. Exactly. I think this is around the point where they just kind of went, oh, it. Let's just make these things as weird and wonderful as possible. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
What was his name again?
Well, so the Kenner version is called Manterra, and the Takara version is called Mantis.
Manterra. All the way.
Manterra.
Do you know the alt mode? To the credit of the alt mode, it's actually pretty good. It's like
it is.
Yeah, successful at what it's trying to be.
Yeah, totally.
Right, I'm going to move us. On again because I've got to get to sharing this next one with you just for the name, if nothing else. I'm going to post a picture of the toy first. There it is. It's a basic class. It's smallest class, this one again. So we're the same size class as Tasmania Kid, this one.
It's a dung beetle.
It is a boll weevil, believe it or not.
Oh, a weevil.
Yeah, weevil.
Is he called Evil Weevil?
No.
He's a good guy.
Who knew this many insects?
A lot of insects, yeah. His Japanese name is Drill Nuts.
Look, I'm telling you, it wasn't obvious before. It's there. Look.
Drill nuts.
Drill nuts. It's drill nuts.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm waiting for the next one to be called Spatchcock or something.
Oh, he's actually got a drill as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, this is Drill Nuts. The Kenner version is called Drill Bit. Kind of a DIY.
Yeah, get it
theme.
B&Q.
Definitely.
I'll show you the Kenner version as well, so you can just compare and contrast. Here you go. Different colour scheme on this one. That's the Kenner version with the purple.
Different.
Yeah.
He's got like cola bottle drill thing going on.
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of cola bottle. I prefer the Takara one.
Yeah, I
just
prefer the Takara.
Yeah, I think the red eyes, the translucent color is nicer, like a little bit deeper. Quite like the purple on the Kenner version, but
is the shell slightly shiny as well as it looks slightly metallic?
A little bit.
Got the best name as well.
Yeah, drill nuts. Yeah,
drill nuts.
What?
Amazing.
The drill just seems so left field for like when you see like the insect, you're like, oh, it looks quite like an insect, and then you look at the robot and you're like, yeah, whoa, what?
Yeah, so the drill
absolutely.
actually can be deployed in beast mode as well because it's folded under. You can kind of see where his like mandibles are and everything. Is that what they are called?
Below his head.
Then the drill is underneath this. It can flip out at the front of the beast mode, and then it's got like a
screw. Yeah, okay,
exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's got a little wheel on it, and when you push and the wheel goes, the drill spins.
Brilliant.
That's a nice gimmick. I like that.
That's clever.
Cool.
Yeah,
that is cool.
And again, considering the size class, this is the smallest class of toy in this line. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Why does he have a transparent forearm though? Is that just doesn't do anything? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't do anything.
It's
just
for
part
looks. Of the color scheme for it.
Just part of the drill nuts.
Coca-Cola Ice Pop.
Just drill nuts jam. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Has he got a ladybird on his back?
I think it's just kind of a little red
growth,
like a growth. Yeah.
It's a ladybird.
He looks wired. Look at is that his eye? Like his eyes are bulging,
big bulging eyes.
Called coffee nuts.
Yeah, coffee. Different flavour, perhaps. Yeah. So there you go. That's
Kinda
drill
cool.
nuts.
So I would that would be fun just to have on the wall. Just as part of your collection, but just have it all stuck on the wall. Don't make a big thing about it. Blending in, robot in disguise.
Sure.
Perfect.
Just stuck on the wall?
Yeah, just stuck on the wall as if it's a real bug.
I thought you were going to say to freak someone out or something.
Yeah, attempting to. That would be nice.
Yeah, for sure.
That's very cool.
So we got one more Insectron to go. Is this guy, and then we'll change it up a little bit.
Okay, so this is one I had.
Here we go.
And I was wondering if this would come, and I bought a box that was full of about 120 odd Transformers.
Yeah,
I bought it because the box was airbrushed in 80s movie artwork. It was a big metal Transformers box, but inside there was loads of these, and he was in there. He was in a bad shape though. I think he'd lost a leg or two.
Okay,
had no idea what he was from, who he was, anything.
There you go, Beast Wars.
Yeah.
Beast Wars, guys.
And he has his little pincers go. Is that right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. So he's an earwig, in case you were wondering.
Oh, of course.
Oh no, it did terrify me. I keep thinking of. Do you remember that Star Trek film? Which one where they put some in there?
Yeah.
Gave me nightmares.
Yeah,
for years.
I know what you mean. So the gimmick is that you can see he's got his little pincers on his tail there, and that comes off and actually holds in his hand or his claw basically, and it's got a little thing. You push a button and it climps, scissors like that. And this guy's Takara name is Scissor Boy.
Of course, why not? Yeah, perfect.
Absolutely.
Not really?
Yeah,
brilliant.
Liam's
Scissor
face.
Boy.
What? What?
Yeah, he's Scissor Boy. He's your favourite character
Because he's a boy with scissors.
Okay, well, to be fair, that is the new greatest Transformers name ever. But what? Like, how does that get through approval? Oh, for God's sake!
There was no approval.
Pencil sharpener lad and his
his scissors look terrible as well. They don't even connect in the middle.
That's his mighty scissor.
Oh God! Protractor girl. Jeez, what's going on? Scissor lad.
Exactly.
People.
One of the things that I think that's it's been really noticed about all of these on on a negative thing is the little insect legs all sticking out the side. It's the thing that always bothers me when they do it with the G1 Insecticons, like now when they do modern versions and they have those legs that's all one piece and they just stick out and there's nowhere for them to go in robot mode. And it's quite egregious on a lot of these. And it's like, I get some of these are small toys. Is this a small toy? Or
this is a really small toy. This is the basic class again. Yeah. So that's why. Yeah, I think if this was a larger class toy, you would absolutely be able to move the legs. Because as soon as you move up to deluxe, you can. Like if you look at the Dragonfly dude again, you can see that all of the three legs are independently movable. Yeah. So
it's one of them things. It's like when they did Combiner Wars Bombshell, I think it was, and you had those legs that folded around onto the back, but don't move enough, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
And it's like, and I get why it's like that, but it's just one of the things he's just not keen on.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, this guy is the same really in terms of Takara and Kenna Deco. There's a few little differences apparently according to the wiki, but yeah, it's very few and far between. Realistically, you wouldn't know
Is it clear
it's
plastic.
Yeah, it is a little
green,
bit of clear plastic. Yeah, kind of like a very dark green, almost black kind of clear plastic.
Green.
Yeah, it's a really nice looking toy. Actually, I really like this one. There's always been something about this one that's kind of appealed to me. But I should mention that the Kenner version is called Power Pinch.
Yes.
Heard that name. That one.
Yeah. There you go.
When I did my research, that's what I found.
Power Hug and Power Pinch. Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Beast Wars Second ライオジュニアサントンスカイワープゴッドネプチューン出現合体せよマグナボス登場トランスフォーマービーストウォーズ
So I'm going to move us on now. So we've done the Insectrons, but now I think this is quite fun, this next bit, because we're going to look at a couple of combiners.
Nice.
Yes. And this is really fun because I want you to kind of have in mind JRX or Rail Racer. You know, that combiner from RID, Car Robots.
Setting a high bar here, dude.
Yeah,
I'm just excited to see how far below it we're going to come in.
Okay, point taken. Can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I think both of these are great, personally, but it's more like on a theme. These obviously come before that, but you can sort of see they share that DNA, except they're animals, not trains, right? So that's kind of where we're at.
Okay, that's the angle we're going. Right, I like it.
Yeah, animals, not trains.
Not
yeah,
trains.
exactly.
I'll discern the difference. Cool.
Truck, not monkey. Animal, not train.
Exactly. Insect, not train. Yeah. So this
that's
is
March again.
Yeah, we're gonna look at the we're gonna look at the individual members first, and then I'll show you the combine mode. Let's do it that way.
Okay,
so
cool.
We're gonna do the first combiner is called Tripledicus. We'll come back to that in a minute, but here's the first team member that you can see here. This is DJ.
I know where this is going.
Do you?
The DJ.
This is DJ. Yeah, he's literally called DJ in the Takara line. In the Kenner line, this guy was called Cicadacon because he's a cicada.
Oh, cicada. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cicada. So there you go.
I kind of like his robot mode. He's proportionally nice and chonky boy, isn't he?
I thought it was a moth.
It definitely is. Yeah. There's a cicada. It's actually this is one of those that I would say this is a fun individual toy all by itself. Like it could not be part of a combiner, and I think it's pretty successful.
Yeah. So unless you told me, I wouldn't have thought that was a combiner.
Yeah.
It's got panel lining. It's got like black panel lining on bits, around the silver and the green, separating them.
No, the picture does make it look a little bit like that, doesn't it? But here's a Sixo picture for you. This is a comparison between the Kenner version on the left, the Kenner version on the right, and the Takara version on the left.
Is that Megatron? The green and purple there.
Is it what?
Oh, it's kind of...
It's like the crocodile Megatron from...
Oh, right. I see what you're saying. Yeah. It's kind of almost got like a beak kind of thing going on in the robot mode face.
They do. It's a bit vulture.
Yeah, a little bit.
They're holding some knickknacks again.
Yeah.
Clear knickknacks.
It's part of the wings. So those knickknacks tab into the wings, basically. You can see them in the beast mode under the translucent wings.
See, both of those, they look pretty solid in both colour schemes. I can really pick and choose between them.
This set I have in both colour schemes, and it is great in both, honestly. Yeah. The two colour schemes get more different from this point on. This is the most similar of the three, sorry. Yeah. And the full combined modes look quite different. And you'll see why. We'll talk about that when we get to combined mode, but it gets more different from this point on. Let's keep it moving. We'll look at the second team member. This is Motor Arm.
Goodness.
What, that face? What?
Is that a what's that?
This is the new greatest transformer I've ever seen.
What's that beetle called? It's in Asia.
It's a rhinoceros beetle.
The rhinoceros beetle. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is Motor Arm, otherwise known as Ram Horn under Kenner.
Motor Arm. It's not even a car. What? It's called Motor Arm. Is it motorized?
No idea.
Look at
not
the face.
Motorized. No.
What's with the crazy grin? It's like
terrifying,
deranged.
Isn't it? It's like it's like a Japanese kind of horror mask, isn't it?
It's like a Universal Monsters horror toy before we had those.
Here it is versus the Kenner version, which is on the right.
So it's got loads. It's got samurai vibes going on here, doesn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely the Takara one looks psychotic. It's great. Let's go. This is the Castlevania boss.
Again, it's. I mean, I should say all of these are Predacons in the Kenner line, but they're Maximals again in the Takara one. Yeah. They look like I cannot get over them being Maximals. Honestly,
absolutely,
it just doesn't vibe for me.
No,
look at the buff chest. Look how wide it is.
Yeah,
look at him.
The proportions. Yeah,
good grief.
The hand. That's going to do a lot of damage.
He looks like one of those like really kind of fat but stocky blokes that's actually quite muscular. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
You know when you look on Amazon and you look at like Halloween costumes and they're always wearing those like muscle suit ones. That's what he's wearing.
Exactly.
Frankenstein muscle suit. What's his name? Motor Arm.
Motor Arm. Yeah, and the Kenner version is called Ramhorn.
So it's got a spring mechanism. Does it to fire out that?
No. The little like hook accessory thing, the mandible thing. They're not even mandibles. They're just like little hooks or something. I don't know, little shards. They just pop out from the sort of underneath of his beetle shell. That's all. But it just clips in there. But all of the weapons. So again, you can see the DNA of Rail Racer here because all of the weapons. Don't laugh, Lee.
It's very leap.
Maz is listening. He's just had a heart attack.
Exactly right.
He's coming back now to.
I was going to make a very specific point when I said that. In that all of the weapons, so from like Cicada-Con and then this guy, they all combine to form the combined mode weapon, which is Rail Racer.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay.
So set the standard.
I had reason for saying that.
Okay. So tenuous. It's amazing.
We've got to talk about the third team member though, because this is just one of the best Beast Wars toys of all time.
Oh, it's that guy.
I had that guy as well, but the original of him in the same box.
I recognise this dude.
He was the lobster. Yeah.
He's a lobster, obviously.
So he's a combiner.
Rock lobster.
Yeah, he's a combiner.
Explains.
He forms the trousers. He's literally the whole lower half of the combine mode.
Did the original, when they were Predacons, did they originally combine as well?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You'll see the combine mode in both.
Right, that explains why. Because this guy, the original of this guy, went on eBay when I got him, and I was really surprised that he sold for more than I expected. Because
he'll be desirable. It's a desirable set.
Yeah,
very desirable set. So both color schemes of this sell like they go quick. You know, they're very popular items.
I didn't realize. Amazing.
All three of them have got fantastically successful beast modes. Like the Stag Beetle guy looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Kill 'em Off looks great, and this guy looks like a lobster. It's great.
I would say again, the robot modes are honestly pretty good as well. I think the Stag Beetle guy,
this one is
the Rhinoceros Beetle guy is the least successful in robot mode. Definitely, this guy is an all round success. Like this is a good single solitary toy by itself, not even combining with anything. It's really good.
Yeah, this one looks great actually. Like if the robot mode looks really good, it reminds me of what's it not? Protoform X, is it? What's the
the
one,
you
know what I mean?
Rampage,
Rampage, that's his name. Yeah,
it's
cool. Like his little flip out knife.
He's got
that comes out of his
little
claw.
Knives.
Cool.
Both the claws, both of them have it.
That's so amazing. You've just like made a link for me. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's so funny that you had this of all the random toys to have.
The box was full of just total random stuff that a lot of beasts actually, and I had very limited. It was very difficult to find info on it as well. It was a long time ago now. But,
now you know. Now you know.
It's great.
So you can see that this guy does also have a little weapon as well, which is just sort of between his legs and his little tail section. He's got that little white bit there, and that becomes part of the combined mode weapon as well. As we'll see, we'll get to that in a minute.
The only fascination with shoving things between crotches on these toys.
Well, storage point.
Space efficient, isn't it? You know,
they're all letting it hang out.
Got to go somewhere. So I didn't even say this guy's name. He's called Gimlet, and then the Kenner version is called Sea Clamp.
Sea Clamp, we'll definitely have that.
Yeah.
Tell you what though, both robot modes look fantastic.
Really
colours
good.
on the other one, and they're so different as well. I love it when they do that. When they're that different. This is an amazing photo, by the way. Incredible.
Thank you.
Photo.
Yeah, it's great.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's quite a wee figure though, wasn't it? I remember.
It's not huge.
Was it deluxe?
Yeah, about deluxe size.
It was deluxe, yeah.
About deluxe size. The whole thing as a set and in combined mode is ultra size. So it kind of goes from like deluxe size up to ultra, basically, the three of them combined. Cool. But the whole thing is the same size as JRX.
Wow.
Literally. And that's ultra size. So
amazing.
It kind of gives you an idea. We've got to show you the combined mode, don't we, at this point? I do just want to say quickly, and this is a weird one, that both the last two, so like Ramhorn, what's his name, Motor Arm, and then this guy, Gimlet, have Telemocker versions as well.
Cool.
Jason, have you come across Telemocker?
No, what's that? I don't know what that is.
It was like a Beast Wars reissue line, basically, but they took a lot of the original toys and gave them exceptional paint jobs, like just absolutely went to town on the paint budget. But typically it was for characters from the like original cartoon from the mainframe animation, and then they just like covered them, layered them in paint. But randomly they did both of these guys. So the last one, the lobster guy, and then the rhinoceros beetle guy, they did both of those, but they didn't do the cicada dude. This is so weird.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Because that could have been a combined, and they would have been able to combine. They were complete figures, were they?
Yeah, it's so strange. I'll just show you those two quickly, just for kind of completeness sake. But here you go. I've got pictures of them. So this is they're quite different actually. This is the Telemocker rhinoceros beetle.
Oh right, wow! So it really looks like
Phantom
the beetle
at the Stag Opera. Look at it.
Yeah, with a red face.
That's
the
really
paint
nice.
job is really nice.
Yeah, really nice. Weirdly less cartoon accurate in both cases of these ones, which is quite strange. But hey ho. There you go. Just to kind of mention that they're there.
But they've actually gone kind of real world on the beetle colouring.
Yeah.
With that kind of
and on the
black.
lobster, I think. They've really kind of, all the paint gradation.
The lobster looks even better, yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Just so weird that they never did the cicada, so you can't do the full set.
The full set, yeah.
It's just bizarre. It's like you get 2/3 of a combiner.
Are these super rare then? Getting these ones?
This is quite a rare. I wouldn't say rare, but it goes for money. Definitely, like this is a money set. Like people will pay.
They're limited run, are they, or something?
No, nothing limited. It was only ever available as a gift set in Japan. This one,
whereas the next two.
Yeah,
that's so odd.
That's the thing. So the other combiner that we'll come to, was available as individuals. This is why it's so random. But then none of those got Telemocker repaints. They did Telemocker repaints of these two, but not the third. But then you couldn't buy the third toy as an individual, the original version. Right. So it was all like a total, just one of those moments with Takara where it's like, what are you doing? You know, like, why? Why are you doing it this way? Just to be infuriating, I think. I don't actually think that, but it's quite fun.
Very nice, though.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So let's check out this combine mode anyway, because I love this thing. It's an absolute thing of beauty. I'm going to hit you with both. This picture is Kenna on the right, Takara on the left.
Oof. Okay, I'm working it out. Wow.
Yeah.
So, lobster guy's the trousers, as you said.
Yeah.
And then the cicada's his chest. Where does the head come from?
Liam's lost it. Liam's totally lost it.
I can't think of anything. I don't know where to look.
Who am I missing? Oh, that guy. Oh,
yeah. They're all there.
Yeah. You can see the three. The muff is the chest. Stag beetle, Dracula guy is the arms, and you can see the lobster is eating his own legs. Apparently,
you're right.
He is eating his own legs, isn't he?
Wow, this is it's definitely a Sixo toy.
Is the robot head come out of the cicada? Is that where
Yes, it does. Well spotted. So literally the whole bottom half of the combined mode is the lobster. Waist, everything down is lobster. Main body is the cicada, and the head kind of flips up. So if you look at the cicada mode and kind of go back to that, you can see the chest on the robot mode is the back of the combined mode head. It kind of flips up, cool. If you like. And then it's really weird how it combines because then the arms are formed by the rhinoceros beetle dude, who kind of splits in half, and he's got this kind of like arm in the middle that sits through the cicada guy, kind of clips into place, and then the arms come out the sides like that.
So he actually completely goes. Does he split down the middle?
Or is it front and back? Yeah. He doesn't come apart into two halves. It's all contained, but it's like he's got this sort of long arm piece that kind of goes like that and extends.
Oh, wow.
And then it slots into the cicada dude.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then the arms, it's fair to say, in the combined mode are a whole mess of crap.
They're just lots of bits.
Just bits of beetle, just kind of
basically just combined together.
Bits of beetle, just kind of in approximate shapes of fingers and things. It's just horrible. But I love it.
Well, so the funny thing is, right, the reason I got rid of it back in the day was because the lobster guy, it didn't fit in my collection, admittedly, but it was actually because
random lobster.
He kind of was, he kind of just came apart, and I was like, why is he doing that? And it was missing something important. It makes sense now because I can see that it was because he was supposed to connect. Because didn't his waist come apart completely? So
it does,
yeah.
That makes sense. It's got like a hinge that kind of flaps the back half of it down. So it's the sort of back half of the lobster, if you like, sort of sits behind as like a little skirt.
Yep.
So so it's a weird old thing. The one thing I do want to say is the color schemes are so different, and
they are
just look great. I think great. It's really cool.
So I really love the Kenner combined color scheme there. There's just little elements like the green on the lobster's eye kind of pops and goes to the cicada's chest bit, and I really like. That one looks like he's got a beard going on as well, little goatee beard.
Well, this is what I wanted to say about the paint, because it's not just that the paint is different colors. Look at the paint placement, like the color map is completely different. So the face is the ultimate example of that.
The Takara kill 'em off guy, that's what I was saying about that black line. Can you see it around the silver? It separates it. Like they've painted that detail in silver there, where it's left green on the Hasbro one.
Yep.
It's just a completely different look, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you got these Sixo? Have you got both?
Yeah, this is my photo. Yeah.
Yeah, and can you do the interchangeable so you could swap them?
You could. I never have, and I have thought that before. That yes, you absolutely could swap them around.
Yeah, it's just like it's really, really impressive, actually.
When you get into Telemarker versions.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Might consider it further down the line, but they are money as well. So.
When is this episode out? 2 weeks or so?
Yeah, something like that. It won't be by then. It won't be by
then.
Santa's coming. Yeah, both of these sets are super desirable. I mean, the Kenner set is very desirable. The Takara set now, I've seen it go for a lot. A lot. So it's quite something. But yeah, you can see what I'm saying when I say that it has DNA of Rail Racer. I know it's ridiculous, and I know it's a big bug man with lobster trousers.
Yeah, but it was defining what that would be.
Exactly. You can see the 3-person ball-jointed combiner team with combining weapon starts here and becomes Rail Racer is the thing. And I do think that these are, and the next one we're going to look at as well, I do think they're very successful combiners, actually.
I don't know about the Rail Racer thing. I don't know if you're on the right track with that one.
Oh. I'm just bugging out. Yeah. Right.
Very good.
Before you get a chance to make another pun, Lee, and I'm going to move us swiftly on, and we're going to look at the next combiner. So this is what traditionally in the Kenner side I thought of as is a Maximal, and of course it's a Maximal here as well. Let's start with probably the most obvious of the 3 team members here. This is Lyo Jr.
Is this like his son?
Yeah, kind of. Not actually, but he is in the cartoon, and he does play like a kind of Lyo Convoy has a kind of father figure role to this guy, basically.
Oh, he's the hot rod of lions.
Yeah, he's kind of hot lion. Yeah.
Let's not even comment on what he's holding. I don't even know what that is.
That's his tail,
which is split into a
kind of becomes like a clamp thing. Yeah,
yeah. It's weird.
It's a litter picker. You've got a litter picker.
It is. Yeah,
litter picker of doom.
It's a strange one. I grant you.
The alt mode's kind of cute in the little line. I'd leave it in alt mode, I reckon.
He's quite a small toy, actually. Quite a bit of difference between this one and the Hasbro. I don't have a comparison pic, but these, it's not really worth comparing because there's just less paint on the Hasbro ones, basically. Like
really? Wow.
Yeah, from the Kenner ones. From memory, the head is yellow, the robot mode head, but there's just less paint overall, and that's kind of a theme on this set. So you'll just see there's just less paint applications, basically. Next one of the team is this dude. Oh, sorry, I should say that he's... this is fun, actually. That guy is Lyo Jr. in Takara. The Kenner version is called Prowl.
Of course.
I know.
Nice.
Oh, I know what we're looking at now.
Oh, do you? Is it clicked?
I do, yeah.
Has it clicked?
It out.
But Prowl's a pretty cool name for a lion. I think that's a good,
that is,
good name reuse. Yeah. Not quite as good as Prowl for the owl that they also did in Beast Wars, but
Yeah.
Prowl.
Prowl, yeah.
A prowl.
A prowl. A prowl.
A prowl.
A prowl.
I suppose it's prowl.
Prowl. Prowl.
When I said like a cat.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. So this is the second team member. This is, and you might recognize this because he's had a new toy.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah.
I had the new one of this guy.
Exactly. So this is actually called Silverbolt in Kenner, but the Takara version is called Skywarp. And I think when they brought it back for Kingdom, they called him Skywarp, didn't they?
Yeah.
To avoid complications with other Silverbolts, I suppose.
It's because every mold is made from Silverbolt, isn't it? Combinable Silverbolt.
Got his little robot head hiding underneath his beak. That alt mode is lovely.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Bit of GPS on this one, we'll say.
Oh, right. Okay.
A bit GPS-y, sadly. But yeah, he's a weird old toy, actually. The robot mode is a little bit hindered by the massive wings, just kind of hanging off the back there.
Yeah.
Because the wings themselves are articulated at the body, but nowhere else.
Oh, so they're just solid plastic.
Yeah,
together.
just solid. Yeah.
Wow.
They've got missiles in them, which is what you can see in the kind of inset picture there.
Yeah.
So the tips fold out, and then there's missiles in the end of the wings.
Wow.
Oh, it's very Power Rangers with the Falcon sword. That's what he does, doesn't he? He pops his little wings around and fires
Little
missiles
bit,
from the tips.
Totally.
Yeah. And the swords are obviously part of the wings as well, and they kind of clip onto the wings. Everything here, all the weapons have got some sort of storage element.
So he beats the Predacons with his feathers.
A little bit. Just tickles them, maybe.
Sure, they're fleeing in terror. Oh no, he's going to tickle us to death. Oh, watch your nose. Blimey.
I'm going to try and guess because we've got a bird, we've got a mammal. I'm going to go.
Are you going to guess what the third one is?
Yeah, I'm going to guess that what kind of animal it is.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear his guesses.
I'm going to go for a bear.
A bear, nice. It's not, but
not.
that would be cool. That would be cool.
It's good,
Yeah.
but it's not right.
Exactly. It is a mammal, as
a
all
mammal.
Maximals tend to be. But
Is
of
it the
some
trousers as well?
sort. It is the trousers, yes.
So
you're
that's why I was
correct.
thinking of something that's quite substantial.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that score. You're on the
Yeah.
right theme. You're going to see it in a minute. Before we get to that, I just want to show you this, which Liam knows, of course, but this is the Kingdom update of Silverbolt.
Yeah.
Or Skywarp,
toy.
sorry, I should say.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I sold it and I kept it because I've got the Air Razor as well. I was like, I really need one. But I was quite sad to part with it at the same time. But not gutted, but it's a little bit like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice. But
Obviously not combining, but yeah, a good nod to a niche part of Beast Wars, I think.
Yeah,
So,
it's nice.
pretty
They're
cool.
foldable in wings. Nice.
Yes, indeed. Right, so let's show you the third one, Jason. This is your substantial trouser bot.
there he is.
Oh, of course. Elephant. Oh,
It's
got
an
an angry
elephant.
elephant. Jeez, oh,
Very-
look at those.
Angry elephant. Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Yeah. What do you make of this guy?
Oh, it's so
Powerful.
crazy. I like it.
This is Santon in Takara, and the Kenner version is called Ironhide.
Yeah,
Look at
I'm
that.
aware of this fella. He's quite cool.
Yeah.
The robot mode reminds me of what's the one that turns into? It's not obviously not Snarl. Is it Backstop? Am I thinking of or something like that? And it popped up in like Universe years later and stuff.
From Beast Wars?
Yeah, I think so. It's one that kept being repainted and lined throughout the years.
I'll need to percolate on that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Backstop. It is Backstop. I thought so. From Cybertron, not Beast Wars.
Oh, right. Okay. I was thinking of a Beast Wars toy.
No, so yeah, he turns into
Oh,
a
yeah.
rhinoceros.
Oh, yeah. This thing. Yeah, you're right, actually. It is very similar, isn't it?
It's that just the shape of the robot mode.
Yeah,
It's got
yeah,
that
100%.
wide
Yeah.
The side on.
droopy arms.
Yeah.
I love the
Yeah.
tusk going over the shoulders like that.
Very
That's kind of
similar.
cool.
Yeah, I like all the
That is cool.
paint. Is it the paint apps that are around his shoulder on the red bits?
Yes. So I do kind of want to show you here, actually, the Kenner versions, if I can find a picture, just because of the paint differences. I don't have the Kenner versions of this for comparison.
He's got guns behind his ears. Do they shoot earwax? That's kind of grim.
It's just coming straight out.
This picture will give you a good indication of across the three of them. This is the Kenner Ironhide, and you can see the paint differences.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah, that looks rubbish.
Yeah, right. It's literally solid grey, solid red, whatever. I mean, Kenner actually generally were pretty good with paint applications at this time.
Kenner were the best. I love those guys.
They were really, really good. But for some reason, Takara took this set and were like, whoa, let's just give this so much paint. And just the little details and everything really bring it to life.
It's transformed differently, isn't it?
This toy is a weird one, I would say. It is transformed the same, but there's a lot of kibble going on.
Yeah, they've just opened up the back panels.
Those
compared to the top.
Those are the elephant ears. Yeah. It's a strange toy, I will say. I know people that have, a bit like you, Jason, found this at the bottom of a box, and they're just like, "What on earth is this?
What is this?
It's indecipherable." Yeah.
It's a jetpack. It holds the tusks.
Yeah.
You know, like he's locked into a simulator ride. He holds the tusks down, fires the jetpack.
Yeah, exactly, or a roller coaster.
But he doesn't have any hands.
No, he doesn't. He's kind of got spikes, if anything. Like he's got these little fold-out spikes, which are actually the heel spurs for the combined mode, but they can fold out, and it is, I believe, anyway, in the instructions as kind of a thing. Here you go. I've got one of my pictures that shows you what I mean. That I took of this toy. You can see that there, they kind of fold down.
Man, that rotor looks amazing in your photo.
Thanks, man.
Really good. But you can see the compromise here for the combined mode, can't you? That he doesn't have hands because you can see, you know what they're clearly going to become and why they are that way.
It's the feet.
So they were like, it's going to be either this or this, and this is the way they went.
There's definitely a little bit of compromise in these guys in the individual modes, I would say. And you can see that. It's not, just as there is in all combiners of this shape, I would say you see a bit of that in JRX as well, to be fair.
His face reminds me of those Japanese masks, it
is, isn't it?
Sort of demons, I can't remember the code, but
yeah,
so true.
There's an emoji of them.
Just all about the paint for this, me. I don't feel any need to own the Kenner versions because they're the same colours, just not as nice, ultimately. So, but yeah, let me show you the combined mode anyway. This is Magnaboss, seen here with Tripledicus.
Oh,
this one is cool. I've always been quite fond of this guy. He's got a kind of Native American kind of vibe, which I
a little bit,
it does, doesn't it?
About him, it's just it's the way the feathers pop, and you've got the bird hat, obviously, the bird hat.
Yeah,
it's got kind of totem feel going on to it, doesn't it?
It really does.
Eagle,
very much
face,
so.
And then there's a kind of accidental bison or head there.
The face looks like it's got real big coif of hair around it as well, like an actual face with hair, which is it's a cool look. Just and the torso as well, just cool, all cool.
Yeah, very clever design, I think, in a lot of ways. I think what really works about it
Reissue
for me,
this guy.
Yeah, well, again, because it's got a bit of GPS to it as well, so there is always a worry just on the Skywalk bit, on the bird bit. You've got to be super careful with the way it tabs in. It's not very GPS-y. It was not going to completely shatter, but the clips and stuff do break and things like that. So it is definitely one to be careful with.
The insect guy, I remember when you got this. It's not that long ago. It's since we've been doing this podcast, isn't it? Because I remember you posting pictures in the chat and me and Maz being both heavily mystified by what was occurring with the photo. And you were very excited and we were like, sure, dude.
It was just one of those classic pod moments where I'm like, hey guys, I'm so excited about this. Check out this beast thing. And you're both like, what the is that?
Yeah.
That's exactly what
it's happened a few times, yeah. But there's some really, really clever bits on this that I just want to point out real quick, because although there is compromise in the individual modes, I think it all comes together so nicely in the combined mode. Firstly, on the bird guy, the way that the missiles end up on the chest, I think is amazing. Super cool. I think the flap from the elephant coming up to form the chest so that then you've got the tusks going around the sides of the shoulders
is
great. Super cool.
Yeah.
Even silly things like the kind of kibble from the elephant forms like kind of hip flaps and the way it comes behind the shoulders. So although it's kibble
all over the place.
Yeah.
It's the arm and it's the leg as well, isn't it? And
the patterning on the thighs looks really cool.
It does.
Yeah, that's sort of the different paint apps. It's a really cool and interesting looking robot. It's unlike anything else. I know, whatever he is, Insect Boy over there is weird and unique, but this guy, when Legacy, what's that guy that's just been announced? 3 dinosaurs.
Magmatron.
We saw him at MCM, didn't we? But when that was announced and someone said, "Oh, it's 3 together," I thought it was going to be this, because this one is the poster boy of the Beast Wars combinatory types, isn't it? So, and then I saw the photos, I was like, because And that looks cool still, but like this, I think looks great.
So I'll be this one. This is a toy that I would get and leave it in combined mode.
Yeah, definitely. It's just got such an interesting, unique look to it. Like it looks like it could be from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
but I would buy a reissue of this. Like this is a Beast Wars, so I would buy because I think it just looks great. This is a cool style, interesting. So I saw someone do a custom a couple of years ago, and I can't remember if they did it from like Power of the Prime's Predaking or something, and it looked amazing.
They did, yeah. It was Chrome Tyranno. Who many people will know on Twitter.
And he did an amazing version of this, and I was like, I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's known as Grimlockimus, and he's very famous for his customs and things. He sells them at TF Con, I think, and things like that. It's just absolutely incredible work. Like every time that guy posts a custom, I'm just like, wow, look at that. It's just amazing. You know, just because of the creativity and ideas that he has and everything as well. Taking something like I think it was Predaking. I think it was Power of the Primes. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I saw it and I thought, man, it looked one of those customs that looks like a real toy, if you know what I mean.
You're absolutely right, Liam. It is Predaking. Here we go.
I thought it was, yeah. Man, look at it. It is
That's
amazing.
Cool. Look at the big elephant feet. That's so cool. Jesus.
Look at those legs. I know he's added a couple of bots in, but they work.
It really works.
Man, you would want that in a heartbeat. Like,
yeah.
Oh, look at it. I love everything he's done here. This is a work of genius.
That's really nice.
Those colours are stunning. Look at the face. Look at the robot. Everything about it.
It's such an incredible overhaul, isn't it? Just absolutely amazing.
Really amazing.
Just next level.
It makes that leap to robotic beasts so well. That's great. The vintage is great. That's great. I wish I had both.
Just going back to the vintage toy, so there's a picture of the Kenner version as well, so you can see what I'm talking about. So the face is a different colour for the combined mode, but otherwise just less paint applications. So weird.
Yeah. The Takara one is miles ahead.
Yeah. Like all the gold trim is gone and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't have the kind of gravitas or impact of the Takara one, does it?
Yeah. So
ultimately,
this is one where I've seen the Hasbro one a lot, the Kenner one many times, and it's cool. But it's the Takara one that
100%.
I'm drawn to. It's so different.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
just
absolutely.
Beautiful. A beautiful, beautiful thing.
Very cool.
Yeah. So there you go. So you can sort of see what I'm saying with the rail racer comparisons, even if I know I know it's a load of animals smushed together, but it's still kind of fun.
The episode's not gone off the rails yet. But,
yeah, sure. There are some repaints of Lio Junior, but I won't bore you with those now. But they were like little jigsaw prizes and things. So there are those, because I really want to move on to just the last couple of bits. Exactly, mini-sode fodder. The last couple of bits that I do want to talk about, which are totally worth it. I think I'm actually going to end on this next one, and then we'll come back and do the other bits another time, because I think there's some good mini-sode fodder with play sets and stuff.
Yeah.
So, there are a couple of play sets which I'm going to leave. I want to just park it on this last thing, because this is just such a high to end on, honestly, as the final figure of the night.
I almost bought one of those play sets at TFN, so I know.
Right.
One of them.
We'll do the play sets another time. Yeah, for sure.
Beast Wars Second! Amigo! We are DJ Yoshikumi! モーターアームでアームダンスダンスでアームギブレットでムーチョスチョキチョキチョキあなんだ俺たち陽気な3人組三位一体合体巨人トリプルダックスタカラトランスフォーマービーストウォーズ宇宙海賊ゴッドネプチューンも登場
Real quick, just as like a little appetizer, if you will, a couple of repaints for you that were also part of the line. This is Burning Convoy.
Tomato Convoy. But...
Yeah. So this is just the classic Ultra Optimus Primal toy in red, translucent red.
Translucent red, gold hands. Wow.
Yeah. First picture is mine, just a quick snap at home.
Oh, the carpet.
The carpet's back, yeah.
It's making me nostalgic for the carpet on the stairs.
Yeah, you and many others. Wow. A lot of people were distraught when I said I wasn't going to carpet my new home in the same carpet.
You should have put it out and sold it, like they do with trading cards. Where they have like a bit of...
I have a cut-off of it, believe it or not. I have, So
next auction.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. TFN.
So just wanted to show you that. And then there's also a Lio Convoy repaint here as well. This is Flash Lio Convoy.
Yeah.
Flash. Sparkles. Oh. Savior of us. Oh, that's a nice.
Really nice.
Sparkly mane is amazing. Is that clear plastic as well?
It is, yeah.
Looks like caramel. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, it looks like sweets, doesn't it? Yeah.
It
Both
really
beautiful.
does. Like
Both
glacier,
beautiful.
Fox's glacier mints.
The only thing with these two is that they're quite loosey-goosey, both of them.
Yeah.
The limbs of the joints and stuff. Just don't know what it is. And it's not just my copies. Mine were, mint, fine. But I've had a few other people say exactly the same of these two as well. So a bit of a shame. But they look beautiful. So
that really does. It looks amazing. Yeah.
Final quick repaint I want to share with you is this guy, Black Low Convoy. And this is interesting. We've done a mini-sode on this previously where I talked a lot about this toy. I'm sure Liam will remember. So you can look that up if you want more information on this, about black convoys in general and Nemesis Primes. And I made the point then that this is actually the original black convoy.
Yeah.
This is the very first one where it all began.
The photo of the face, is that someone's hand behind his head?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, it's just pushing the
button.
button.
Like they're petting him. It looks like they're petting him and he looks happy, doesn't he? He's like,
he's stuck his tongue out. He's like,
he's purring.
Yeah, exactly.
It does a little bit, for sure.
A little moment.
But yeah, this is the very first black convoy repaint of any kind, Black Low Convoy. And it was in the cartoon as well, interestingly, as Copy Convoy. So yeah, it's a whole thing.
Kind of wish his mane was silver. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Could be called Silver Mane.
Silver Mane.
That's a Marvel Comics reference, guys.
Indeed. Yeah, nice.
Interestingly, they swapped the main colour and the face colour for the show. So he had a grey face with a black mane in the show. And it's only the Legacy toy, the new one, that has copied this, that has ever got it right. Even the Masterpiece has kept the black face with the grey mane, weirdly.
Wow.
Even though it's not accurate to the cartoon. And then the Legacy toy is the first one that accurately does the animation, if you like.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a little strange thing for you there.
Yeah.
But I do want to end on a high, and I feel that I have it here. So I said there would be a repaint, first of all, and it's part of a bigger set. So here we go. This is the repaint. Do you know what's coming, Liam?
I have an inkling.
Okay, good. Excellent. This is Icard, who is a repaint of Clawjaw that we saw earlier, or Scuba, as he was called, the Japanese version. So he's a repaint of the basic class Squid that we looked at earlier.
See, now he looks more like Depth Charge, like Jason.
He does, doesn't he?
That's true.
You can see it really
totally
comes
does.
out.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is true.
I do love that figure. Amazing.
Icard here is just one part of a set, and the rest of the set is this.
Oh,
Taco Tank.
Taco Tank.
There he is. Yes.
Look at that.
I wondered if this was going to come up today. I was like,
had to.
And then as we were edging on, I was like, oh, maybe I'm thinking of the wrong line. But no, there he is.
So wait, what does this do?
Yeah, right. There's a lot to be said about this.
Welcome to this new world.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know, I nearly said I'll keep it for a mini-sode, but it would have felt incomplete not mentioning it here. Do you know what I mean? I kind of feel like we'll still probably come back and focus on it in a little bit more detail.
This, please?
Yeah, I think we need to.
Mini-sode on this.
I think we need to, because it's just, there's so much to say about this. So I'll keep it brief here.
Who bought one at TFN? On one of our Patreons.
Yeah, I think a couple of people did. I think there was like 3 or 4 of these at TFN this year.
Yeah.
They just seem to be everywhere.
The squid is inside the car.
Yeah.
The squid is driving the car. Oh my God.
The squid is driving the car.
This is amazing.
Squidmobile.
There's a lot to this set going on, believe me. So I think we have to come back and do a mini-sode on this to fully do it justice.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Because there's just too much to say.
Look at that bright green thing in the head there.
Yeah.
Well, that is a whole other thing. Ignore the bright green thing in the picture, because that's from another set.
I know what that's from.
Yeah, we'll do that another time as well. We'll let's do this and other play sets. We'll do all of it, but I do just want to touch on this quickly here. So basically, massive squid, movable
wearing
arms.
headphones.
He's got wearing headphones. He's got little like handles at the underneath at the back of the squid that you move like that, and it moves the arms.
Yeah.
On the little squid arms at the front.
Yeah, it moves the squid arms. So the squid arms are
this
kind
is
of
quite a big toy, Jason, isn't it? It's not.
Oh yeah, it's hard to put across how big this is. It's massive.
Yeah, it's like like in the movie line, you get sort of bigger toys, that role-playing toys almost, isn't it? That sort of thing. Like a gun that turns into an Optimus Prime.
So you put it on your kitchen table and it's taking up half the table type thing.
Kind of,
large toy.
I mean, it's stood on the top of my shelf. It's actually got prime sort of spot above like Black Zarek and everything, so I love it. But it's next to Triptychon in base mode. It's not as big as that, but it's not far off. It's probably It's probably like Armada Unicron size in planet mode, roughly.
Wow.
Maybe not quite as big, but it's big. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I'm starting to work it out now. So then this car comes out of his head.
Yes, we'll come to that. Yeah, it does. So he's got these little like handles at the back of the beast mode that you move, and the arms are made of like this soft rubbery plastic so then they kind of swish around and attack your other toys and things like that, which is kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's just a massive thing. My son loves this, by the way. This is one of his favorite things.
Great fun. Play value. This would be amazing.
He loves it. For ages, he couldn't say squid. This is when he was younger, when he was like 2 or 3 or whatever. He couldn't say squid, so he kept calling it the squidge. So he kept saying, he's like, Daddy, can we play with the squidge today? And I was like, of course you can, son, if you call it that. Do you know what I mean? Like, just in love with him. Do you know what I mean? My little boy.
But just know it's also called taco.
It's
a Japanese exclusive.
So here you can start to see what happens. So the halves of the head fold down, basically.
Mind explosion.
And then you can see Icard. It's maybe not the best picture, but it sort of gives you a bit of an idea. Here you go is another picture of the head folded open with the bike in place.
Wow.
So basically, yes, the squid fits inside the little bike that does come out as well separately, but the bike is inside the 2 halves of the head, and then the squid dude, Icard, can fit and ride the bike, which you can see in the above picture, of course.
Yeah, it's bonkers. Like,
it's
if you think about
bonkers.
that, if you try and break it down, it's a bike riding robot inside the head of a robot squid thing wearing headphones. It's mad. The whole thing is crazy. Like, there's no logic behind it, and that's why it works.
It's like the most Japanese thing ever, isn't it?
Yeah, amazing. It's pure creativity.
The bike has a hover mode.
The bike has a hover mode, I was just going to say. Yeah.
Even that has something.
The bike has little like firing guns and things as well. It's super cool. Even little 7-0 just loves the bike, just running it around all over the place and everything.
It's the fact that squid, when I realised that squid was inside it, and I'm like, oh, hang on, how big is this? And then the car's got a little hover mode to it as well.
It's a big thing.
Very cool. Very cool.
You can see the influences of sort of like not just Power Rangers, but that sort of those sort of things from Japan at that time. You can really see that in toys like this, and that's one of the things about all of these toys. I know it was a Japanese line, but you can really see influences from other stuff bleeding over.
Yeah, 100%.
More so than a lot of their other toy lines. Yeah,
100%. Yeah, this is it's in the cartoon as well. This thing. Which is really quite fascinating to see. There's a little image of it from kind of a cartoon promo or whatever, so you can kind of get an idea. It's just
so Japanese, isn't
promo.
It? Just so
Did
lovely.
I say promo? Yeah, promo. Promo.
See, I'm becoming mad.
It's just the O's. That's all it is. It's just E's.
Slight pronunciation fail. But no, I'm absolutely in love with this thing.
It's very cool.
It's one of those almost like prestige items that when people buy it, like when people buy it at TFN, the people around them are all like, yes, because it elicits that kind of reaction.
Yeah. So I might be on the lookout at next TFN for one of those. It's kind of crazy cool.
It's special. It's a special toy. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's not something I don't, but it's weird and special.
I think what would be fun is like just having that because it doesn't you have that in your collection. It doesn't entirely fit. Like, I don't have many beasts, that's why. So
it's a one-off, though. It's a one-off. Total one-off. Cool.
It discolors as well, doesn't it, sadly? Like
it does a little bit. It can do. Yeah, it can do, sadly. And, the kind of rubbery bits can get damaged and things as well. Yeah. I think it's fairly durable, though, like, to be honest.
Imagine they go quite sticky over time.
Yeah. No, I've not noticed that, to be honest. I've not noticed that on mine,
certainly. What is going on in that photo?
Yeah, that's just with the kind of the top of the bike popped open, so it's got like a little visor thing that pops up to let the squid guy get in and stuff like that. So with the bike still kind of in hover mode inside.
You wanted more weird, Jason? You got it.
It just gets more weird, doesn't it?
But I think you're right. I think what's great about this is that it can just be a one-off statement piece. Like you can whack it on a shelf somewhere, random shelf. People are not going to not ask about it when they come round, right?
Well, exactly. It's so different, and it is like I really love the play sets like that and stuff though as well. They're very cool. A lot of fun. Yeah,
absolutely.
I miss this inventiveness like this, where you get a toy that doesn't have to conform to rules inside a toy line. Like now, it'd be which character is this? Is it accurate to something? Is it from something? Here, it's just like, what's mad? What do we want to make? What does some guy have a crazy idea and can it work? Who knows? Let's give it a go. And that's what I miss this vibe from stuff like this. It doesn't fit with anything. It doesn't need to.
Yeah, 100% agree. It's just its own thing, entirely unique, bonkers, but brilliant. Just as a little addendum, I do just want to say that there is a sort of part B to this because it's actually not the only toy of Taco Tank that exists, believe it or not. There is this as well.
Oh. Is that a baby version?
It's like a little baby Taco Tank.
Oh my God.
This is incredible. This is a bath toy.
No.
Okay.
Is that an Omega Supreme? What's that?
Oh, that is actually the little Icard that comes with him. That's like a little sort of see-through figure. So the same squid guy that comes with him. But this is
they clearly thought this guy was going to be like the star, didn't they?
I think it's just a fun little thing. It's an actual legit children's bath toy.
That's
cool.
my
goodness. So is it like you fill it with water and scooch it?
So basically, it's got these little. I've never seen one. I would actually love to get one. It's got these little bath bomb sort of pucks. Apparently, this is according to the wiki, that fit inside them, and they release like a little carbon dioxide gas from within the taco tank. And what it does is, if it's underwater, the gas brings it to the top of the bath, and then as it depletes, it sort of sinks down again like that.
My goodness.
We're back to this.
Just absolute mad now.
This toy line are obsessed.
I love it.
With body parts and gas.
It's teaching. Yeah. It's teaching, Liam. It's all teaching.
Apparently, the bath bombs though do give a bit of colour to the water.
Well, I'm thinking,
Were they brown by any chance?
They're yellow.
Yellow. Of course they are. Brilliant.
Oh no! Amazing.
So there you go.
Stuff.
It's a little taco tank bath.
Brilliant. Amazing.
So that's it. That's Beast Wars 2nd. There are some other bits, play sets and stuff. We're going to have to come back and do it in a mini-sode. If nothing else, I've run out of voice because it's just been hilarious.
But amazing stuff, Sixo. So good. It's
fantastic.
Crackers.
Well and this is only half the line. This is just the Maximals.
Oh man, I can't wait to the next one. This has been fantastic.
Yeah. Brilliant.
So
brilliant
fun.
stuff.
I think that's what you said, Lou. It's just fun. Just great, fun toys. And I love it for that.
And unexpected, like properly unexpected stuff that we've seen tonight. Those combiners that are just might have my first want out of this list as well.
Tempted Jason on a beast.
Yeah.
Can't even work out which my favourite is, whether it's
I was just thinking that.
Mohawk rocket launcher guy or missile tits from the start.
Oh man, I've forgotten about Rocket Mullet.
Rocket Mullet, there he is. Rocket Mullet and missile tits.
Oh, there's it's funny scrolling back. Yeah. So I really like the squid dude. Let's remove Leo Prime from it because that's unfair.
It's mad thinking we started with Baboom Apache.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is actually, isn't it?
It's a crazy toy of his own.
Even the elephant dude on his own.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to choose the playset ultimately at the end. That's a bit of a cheat, you know. But that is, that because that does combine the squid that I loved right at the beginning as well. Bit cheatsy though. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Absolutely bonkers toy line. So fun and weird.
I love it. Absolutely love it. I can't wait to get to Beast Wars Neo now as well because it's
just goes next level.
Yeah. Really does.
Beast Wars 2nd最大の敵がついに目覚めたライオコンボイ変身新司令官の登場だガルバトロントランスフォーム破壊大帝驚異の三段変形ライオン台風史上最大の対決に君も参加せよタカラトランスフォーマービーストウォーズ
Right, well, that's going to about do it for Beast Wars 2nd. It's been a much longer episode than I think any of us kind of imagined, but a lot of fun as well, I would say. Good.
Really good fun.
Really pleased to hear that. Pleased to hear that. I can't wait to get back and do the Decepticons. Not Decepticons, the Predacons, or whatever they're called, in the new year or what have you. So I'm really looking forward to that.
And I just need to just say to you that the next time we are doing a Tat Man and you're like, this is absolute tat, this is where I have to point you back to. Like,
right, sure.
Some of the
coming at me with that.
Fair. What with all drill nuts and things like that.
Yeah, beast
that's
tat.
the best name ever.
Beast
Everyone, big crotch.
Tat nuts.
They're all big, big nuts.
Pants,
whichever one was
guys.
Big nuts, yeah.
Exactly.
If he was big nuts, he'd have a missile in the mouth, of course. But
God, yeah. I can't believe that was happening twice. Two of them.
No. But if you've enjoyed this content and you do want more, then you want to be on our Patreon, because we are going to do some mini-sodes on the back of this. So we'll definitely do a mini-sode on some of the play sets and things. You want to get part of that. That's at Sixo's Butler level. I've already mentioned last time when we did our Skyband episode last time that would spin off into a mini-series, and you can get that at Gold Box Classics level as well. Or you maybe just want to sign up as like a Man in Pig and get early access to episodes such as this as well. Man in Pig sounds so innocent right now, doesn't it? Compared to some of this.
But it fits.
It still fits.
Yeah. The Man in Pig
works. So loads of benefits on our Discord. You definitely want to go and get some of that action and get more of this Triple Takeover content as well. And another big perk of the Patreon is that you get a shout out as well. And previously this has always been done by Maz, who came back in a bit of a special appearance last time, didn't he?
Genius. It was very good.
Yeah, it was so nice. He just helicoptered in. Couldn't believe it. And after we fired him as well. That was incredible.
Removed from the building.
Exactly. Well, we sacked him for not wanting to talk about Beast Wars, didn't we? So
yeah, and then immediately did this.
Yeah, exactly.
Beast misconduct.
Anyway, Jason, I think you've got a bit of a shout-out update for us, don't you?
I do indeed. So this is going to be my first attempt, everyone, so bear with me. But we will start with the full shout-out of all our lovely patrons. Nick, Danny Roberts, Andy Preston, Chris Spiderfather, Adam Shoemaker, Bad Saturday, Justin Mazur, Dave Dalrymple, Geokesa, Yusufer, John Pearl, Troy Seth, Anthony Cars, Alec Mayer, Captain Ra, Phil G, Rotorstorm, Laserbeak, Puma the Hunter, Vegemite, Mike, Peter Harrison, Shenry, Chris Norris, Jesse Marino, Nexus, Jamoyne, Aaron Devoda, Billy Gator, Andy Gold, Cod Squall, Simon Elvin, Joshua, Cracktastic Plastic, Dan Vestator, Jeffrey Freak, Kyler Wilmoth, Tim Banerjee, Bell Lewis, Lucas Heikel, Mollis Koenig, Malcolm Hobbs, CNC, Rick 56, Mythic Years, Zach Lawson, Jason Murray, David Shepard, Esteem, Quick Mix, Josh Bells, Asphalt, Zindius, Christian Hyatt, Mark Alley, Graham Muffet, Connor C, Burke Perotti, Eric Hoyt, Bobby P, Michael Acona, Nia Bat, Chris Rodwell, Steve Redmond, Jim Kinsey, Shanti Siegel, James Pascoe, Ghost Prime, Jickle, Howard Walter, Chris Charlie Shoppel, June Marigold, Alexis Taylor, Windows 6K, Tyler Dickinson, Jeremy Waddle, Ross, Jetfire James, Douglas UK, Michael Kaggle, Duggerton, Squid Catfish, Robert R, Kalidis, Uncharismatic Boar, Cam Lee, Miguel Gonzalez, Spider Bob, James Hooks, Brandon McAfee, Collection, Chup, Goldbolt, Riley Lentz, Emperor Galvatron, Matthew Deadman, Spencer Butler, Alan Johnson, Anthony Baker, Adam Brady, James Turnham, Simon, The Transformer Closet, EMH Richard, Robin Hunt, RHAA, Logan, Jetfire Prime Sim 60, James Clark, Frank Colosimo, Atlas, Dave Beckett, Jeremy Concheco, Ben Erickson, Evil Pop Disease, Juan Carpintero,
Yes,
Clark Clint Gaming, Michael Gaxiolo, Freedom is the Right, DJ Convoy, Primus 84, Star Saber Fan 37, Private Random, Rob Franklin, Protean, Digbysaurus, Anti-Fortunato, Menestrika, Darge, TVP, 360 Verse, Traffic Cone, The Perfect Pixel, The Saucy Fella, Andrew Bentley, Mark Bairstow, Raphael Roth, Obadiah Starbuck, John R, and the Mapes Brothers, who you might recognise.
Wow, well done, Jason.
Wow.
What a list.
Jason.
What a list.
Impressed.
It's an amazing list.
I enjoyed how you kept slipping into Maz. Like every now Sorry. Wait. No.
Whoa, phrasing.
Yeah, wait. It's really laser because he's been listening to Maz do it, haven't you?
So many Zs. Laserbeak.
Laserbeak.
You know? Exactly.
Yeah. I enjoyed Captain R. What was it? Captain Ra. That was the one that got me.
Captain Ra.
Captain R.A. So, full disclosure, Maz made this dude change his name because it was Captain Reach Around. was his actual Patreon name. So Maz made him change it to Captain RA.
We should let him have that
because
back.
Maz didn't want to read out Captain Reach Around every time.
Captain Reach Around. That's
Captain Reach Around.
Yeah, I'll give him it back.
You inadvertently solved a long-running mystery for me. So a while ago, I don't know how many people remember, but the amount of times I've asked Maz if he says Chris Waddle. And then he always says when he distracted, he goes, "Not Chris Waddle, Liam." And I realised from listening to you, there's somebody called Chris Roberts, obviously.
Yep.
Nice guy. But then later on, there's somebody called something Waddle. And I think the way Maz does it so quick, I've heard that combination.
It's come together.
And so every time I pick it up, I'm like, "Are you sure you're not saying Chris Waddle?" And then there we go.
Wonderful.
Wow.
I know.
Well done.
I don't know. I went past Goddard because I'd done him phonetic. Hodit. I don't know if I even said his name, did I? It's just like, I hope I didn't skip him.
I can't tell you at this stage. We'll find out when we play it.
I never realised how long this was.
If you need a pickup, then just let me know.
It's tomorrow now.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
There you go. Well, see how it sounds in the edit.
Yeah. Thank you, Jason. I'm sorry for laughing through that. Oh dear. So there you go. There's another.
It was good when I was purposefully looking here so that I wouldn't see you two cracking up.
Oh man, I had tears rolling down my face. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. Wonderful effort, mate. Honestly.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, what an episode this has been.
Yeah, I know.
I feel beasted out. So yeah, that is another perk of our Patreon, that you can get your name called out on the pod in some sort of style anyway. We'll figure out what we're going to do with it ongoing. So, but we do also have as well for the evening a sponsor. Should mention them. It's tfsource.com. Do check them out for your Transformers and third-party needs.
Well, I'm not going to read out a listener email tonight because this episode is so long. And so please just go to Redbubble and buy our merchandise. Please. This is a plea for help from me, a very tired person.
Maybe we'll get that cup thing done.
Yes, let's get the cup on a cup.
Cup on a cup.
Hashtag make cup on cup happen. Something like that. Yeah. Everyone likes cup.
Make cup again.
Yeah. So just head to rebel.com/people/triple takeover /explore. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
They'll find it.
Yeah.
They'll find
Google it.
It's all good.
And wow, this has been a very long episode, but if you want to hear even more or contact us and let us know, you can hit us up on social media. If you want to talk about Taco Tank or any of these other horrifying creatures that we looked at tonight.
Liam's done in, man.
Yeah. Head over
Liam
to @Triple Takeover, all one word, on Facebook, and @Triple_Takeover on Instagram and Twitter. That's correct, yeah?
I believe so, yeah. I'm not double checking at this
preparation.
point.
My brain is gone. I say that like
perfect.
I get it right.
Sounds vaguely right,
yeah. Triple takeover.
Yeah.
Done.
So, Sixo, where can people find you if they want to follow you?
Oh, man. I'm at SixoTF on pretty much everywhere.
Jason?
I am jasonwagner.co.uk.
A website?
It's not a website. It's not Mastodon.
A website? It's not Mastodon, is it?
Mastodon.
No Mastodons.
And I'm in Toolbox Soapbox, and I'm going to bed in a minute. But I can be found anywhere there's an app.
Yeah. Can be found in his bed. There you go. That's where you'll find him.
In a minute.
I don't really know what else to say now. How do you close an episode like that? It's been an absolute marvellous journey through Beast Wars 2nd, and I look forward to the second part of it.
Terasa!
Hey!